Don.
There's no tush push if you're not pushing the tush.
Hahn.
I want you protecting my blind side.
And Rosenberg.
When I was 7, I was riding shotgun and smoking cigarettes. This isn't North Dakota. This is New York.
This is Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg.
The best threesome I've ever heard.
On 880 ESPN and the ESPN New York app.
Oh, sure. We all said, the Bills are going to the Super Bowl. Of course they are. We all said it. Parity, man. The NFL.
At least I can feel good.
Question.
Because Don started checking a win for my team, and at least I went, let's see what happens with the Bear game tonight.
Fans are.
Bad conditions there, but your team looks really good. I don't care
You know what?
happens.
I'm so glad you said
They look good.
I'm so
But
glad
question,
you said that.
Just a quick question for the room.
Yeah.
What's the Bills' record since they said, let's go Blue Jays?
0-2.
You think that killed him, huh?
I'm just saying, karma.
0-2.
All I'm saying, New York's team.
I just need a moment. I've been quiet all day long.
That's not true. You were very social during the meeting.
Quiet all day long?
It was the tail end of the meeting.
No, about the commies. I mean, when this happened last night, you know what it's like. You stay up all night. Do you wait up all night for Monday night, or you call your rowdy friends?
No, you call your rowdy
all your
friends.
rowdy
on
friends.
Monday.
Sorry, so
back.
my rowdy friends was sleeping. My baby, right? And she didn't put on an outfit yesterday, which I think is why we lost. It was in the wash from the last game.
Well,
So I gave her.
We had 8 days.
I know that's my bad. No, that's my fault. All I could do
You weren't even here. It's not your fault. It's Natalie's fault.
all I could do was
you were on the other side of the planet.
I put the commander sent us when she was born a little they have this Fakakta mascot, Major Tutty. He's like a little pig. He's like a little pig in the jersey they trot out.
You see the commercial where it's like, try the pork and
yes.
show the mascot?
Wait,
Yeah.
so
she
I guess
slept
it
with
comes
him. She slept with Major Tutty.
So this goes back to the Hogs, I guess, right? So
Yeah.
what's Tutty?
I don't know. Touchdown.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
Tutties.
Trying too
Tutties.
hard, bro.
I'm just guessing.
That's a Dan Orlovsky line. He
So
always
I
says
was
tutties.
on my own. I was on my own last night. Natalie fell asleep early. She had a headache. And the reason
You know why? Because you came back.
I know. Well, trust me, I know. The reason that those games are so hard when you're sitting there at the 40, 3rd and 1, 3 minutes left, and you're just mentally. I pump my fist, and I'm like, wow, we toughed out a hard-fought victory at home. Bad weather. They 13-point. We spotted them 13 to start the game. Man, we came back. What a great win. And then you see the ball come out again. It's just the most frustrating feel. Who am I going to be mad at? Daniels, who took complete ownership, who after the game goes, it's no one's fault. It's my fault. I don't care about weather. I'm paid to catch the football. I dropped the football.
Right.
Okay, so how mad can I get? But he threw his first pick of the year. Okay, what do you want me to do? You just have to eat the loss and know it's so frustrating in this game. You had a chance to take first place, and now we're sitting at 3-3.
But the reason I bring it up because it was, everybody was talking about those games and the shock that the Bills lost to it. Right? Listen, the Falcons aren't a bad team.
By the way, we were wrong on the Falcons. Obviously, we missed something on the Falcons.
Still,
Here's what we missed: that their defense is elite.
Really good.
That's what we
however,
missed.
if the Bills are the class of the AFC, which they claim to be, which I thought they were, and maybe they still are.
I don't think you're correct.
They've just lost 2 games in a row to the Patriots and the Falcons.
Yep.
Now, the Patriots and the Falcons are better than we thought.
Yes.
But you would think on national television after losing to the Patriots, you'd score more than just 2 touchdowns in Atlanta. So they raised an eyebrow. I mean, they gave up how many yards on the ground? I mean, that's not what you're supposed to do. And then, all right, after the Lions with all their injuries, and they put up a bit of a stinker in Kansas City.
Guys, it's November 1. November 1, we can make our Super Bowl predictions. We do not know. Are you telling me we're sure who the Giants are? We're not sure who the Giants are.
I don't
We're not
know
sure
who
who
anybody is.
We don't know who the Eagles are. We don't know. We're starting to think, oh, there's the Chiefs. We're starting to think, oh, there they are.
It's starting to look that way.
There they are. We just had to wait for them. They did. September is our preseason on us.
Are the Panthers the worst team in the league? I don't think so.
So what you're saying?
No.
No, Panthers can play.
The worst team in the league resides here.
Yeah, of course. I'm sorry.
We know this.
Sorry, I didn't. I was counting the Jets as not in the league. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
They've been relegated?
Yeah,
They should be. That was, by the way,
you know what? If there was something to vote for in North American sports, would it not be relegation in all of our 4 major sports?
It would be so compelling.
If you're one of the worst 5 teams, we don't get a chance to win a lottery pick for a great player. You're out.
You get relegated.
You get sent down.
Imagine how compelling it makes the second half of the season.
Oh my God!
When you're fighting to stay in
your
the
way
league.
out of
But just imagine if your team does get relegated. You talk about checking out.
Oh my. Well, I don't know though. You'd fight the next year? You'd hope to get back.
Why does it work in Europe?
Yeah. By the way, they never lose interest in their sport.
Yeah, but there's some.
Because now you got to win. You got to win that.
You brought up something very interesting that I've been saying for years. All right, we got to stop with it works in Europe. I don't know why it works in Europe. These are different people. Their sports are boring. I'm be honest with you. Their sports are boring. Wow. Listen. I'm sorry. I find soccer boring. All right. I appreciate Formula One. All right. I do, and I'm dying to go to a race. I do watch Formula One because it's pretty amazing, the speed. But they never pass each other. If the cars even touch, they both explode, right? At least like in NASCAR, there's 30 lead changes, and a car could crash into the wall and still win the race, right? But compared to that, like Formula One is boring because they never pass anybody. It's soccer with wheels. Like there's no lead changes. You know, there's one goal in soccer. There's one lead change in Formula One. I don't know what's going on in rugby. They're all like kind of hugging each other. It's.
And if you move over to cricket, forget it. You're completely.
If he's going to cricket,
they're gonna play for 4 days. No, wait, isn't that a foul ball? No, he hit it behind him, and it still counts.
But that doesn't mean certain pieces of those sports couldn't work in our
sport. What it means is we do it different here. Is this so wrong to just say, you know, in America we count the clock down? All right, we like to score. We like lead changes. We don't relegate. I don't want to hear, well, they do it in Europe. If I hear they do it in Europe, that's the exact reason not to do it.
But relegation would be appealing in some cases.
It really does put like pressure on you to not suck
they're
that
not just intentionally.
much.
Don, you of all people.
It forces you to be competitive.
You're the anti-tanking guy.
Yeah.
I am anti-tanking.
So this would really affect
this.
I
Helps
am
anti-tanking.
I just wanted to jump what you said. I'm open to the relegation conversation.
Oh.
I'm just saying I don't want to hear, well, that's what they do in Europe because I don't want to hear what they do in Europe. Because if it's I'm good. Okay. I don't want to hear it. All right? That's why I get sick. I'm not even a soccer fan, but like MLS, everybody's going to be united in FC. Why are you trying to European it? Americanize it. Come on. Wave the flag.
Well, it hasn't worked for soccer, so they're trying to figure it out.
Yeah, they did that with like some other league. And that didn't, MISL, remember that?
I'm just,
or whatever it was called.
I just wanted to take exception to something Peter said. Well, they do it in Europe.
I think I'm the one who said that. You can attack me.
I wanted, but he was on board.
That is very
I'm just in an attacking mood today.
Yeah.
By the way, what unfortunate positioning for Windhorse. You can't stand near Bobanovic. That's just not what you want to. You got to get away. Windhorse, run. Windhorse needs to sprint away. But guys, by the way, never. I will now, guys. I'll walk off the set. You try to put me near someone over 6'8". How tall is he?
Oh, he's 7'1",
7'2". Yeah,
there's a lot going on there. You know what?
He's towering over Kendrick Perkins.
Run to Zoom, because you look good on Zoom. If you had a 3-shot of those guys with one shot with those 3 guys. And then you had Windhorst on a Zoom. Great.
But it's such a great point. If you just go have him stand in the other room and go hop on the camera, we'll box you. You're separate. You're good.
So is it a new song? No longer Windhorst at sea. Now it's Windhorst on Zoom.
Yeah, Windhorst on Zoom. But I love the idea of that.
But you guys are talking about something that is just so nauseating.
What?
We've seen it. We've seen it in all the sports, right?
What did he do?
That's tough.
With baseball. Oh, it's too soon. You got to wait until at least Memorial Day or the All-Star break, or in some cases September, before you know what's real, right? Basketball, hockey, forget about it. Those seasons are so long, it doesn't matter. Football was the one sport where every game mattered. And now it's like, listen, we're going into week 7. We have no idea if anybody's good, but it's still early. Don't worry. Detroit will get their secondary back. They'll do this. They'll tighten that up. So now you're telling me the one sport I do have where the regular season is supposed to matter, it matters, but not until Thanksgiving. Oh, and so my 17-week season, I got to wait until like week 9 before I have to care. And people actually think it's a good idea. Let's make it 18 games. Dave Rothenberg, I love 18 games. No, it's the worst thing because it's happening now with 17. What's going to happen with 18? Wake me up in week 11?
It's going to extend it even further. That's right.
Now,
Because-
some teams are better. The Jets are done, right? Like,
Done.
okay.
Tennessee's done.
Tennessee just fired their coach, so obviously you could have a 100-game season, and it's not going to matter for some teams, right?
Miami might be done.
But to be sitting here
I think
and
Miami's
still it doesn't matter until you said November 1st. That's 2 months into the season.
I think that's the realistic. You'll have a real gauge of like. Listen, I think. Well, I think I'm frustrated. My team lost last night, but to Alan's point, I know who they are. They're a pretty good football team. When the defense gets better, and defenses do take time to gel.
First of all, they were going down to win that game. The conditions led to what was a bobbled snap, which was a bobbled handoff, and a turnover that was unfortunate. But if you watch that game, all game, guys are having trouble catching the ball, holding on to the like. It was not. That was not like an isolated situation.
No.
But when he's got the talent around him, oh my good Lord!
No,
with
it's a good
Ertz in the middle to forget
and
it, man.
you have the benefit because it looks like the Eagles are broken.
Well,
the Cowboys
feels
aren't very
like it.
good.
they're broken, but 4-2.
And it's not about this year for the Giants, right? So,
but again, the Giants can get pesky. I think all
no,
of these
listen,
things are
the
not.
Giants.
well, they'll get pesky when you play them because it'll be here, and maybe the Giants have figured it out way better than they did with Russell Wilson in Week 1.
That's for sure.
But they're not winning this division. All right, now Philadelphia might be able to get off the mat. There's talent there. Dallas, I don't think will because I don't think it's going to happen.
Dallas seems
Can we work
sincerely-
backwards?
But a win could definitely put you in a situation. But again, it's another instance, Alan, where if the Giants had just found a way to hold on to that game in Dallas, if they didn't turn the ball over against New Orleans, if they're sitting here
3-3,
3-3
Yep.
even,
which is real.
you couldn't ignore them in this division.
That part's real, but there's still a lot of season left for them to still make up for those. If we can't predict who the favorites are, how about we work backwards? Let's do it
Oh,
ourselves.
I love what you're doing here.
Let's play the relegation game right now. Who's out?
So start. You want to start in the AFC?
Because what we want to do is we want to whittle down the pool to teams that we think are in the mix, right?
Yes.
And you want to have the smallest number possible to be legitimate. So to do that, we've got to kill.
I'm ready.
How many? All right. So
Let's
Jets
get
are
Miami and the Jets out.
All right, Jets are relegated. You want me to write this down?
Yeah, these are just teams we don't need to think about this year. Jets
So,
are out.
Relegated. Jets.
Dolphins.
Titans 1-5. Fired their coach.
Well, no, don't skip over the
let's
Dolphins
not-
who are
let's
1-5.
not-
Let's stay in the division. Dolphins are out. They're 1-5.
I was just going to go from the worst records of the league.
Well, okay. I'm looking across each division.
Yeah, I'm just going straight up from the bottom. So let's just take the bottom. Let's cut the bottom out.
Started
right?
from the bottom, now we're here.
Yeah, Jets out at 0-6. Titans out at 1-5. Saints out at 1-5. Dolphins out at 1-5.
Yep. Browns and Ravens.
Ravens.
No.
You're ready to
no.
put them out.
I'll give them another week. If they can get it to 2-5, we could have a conversation.
Yeah.
Because
Right.
that division could still be had.
All right, so,
I'll tell you
so
what.
the cutoff is 5 teams have been relegated already out of the 32. 5 are out.
You know, I'm not relegating either of them, but I would relegate Cincinnati before Baltimore.
Oh, yeah, me too.
I think Baltimore's got a chance to get up.
Cincinnati's 2-4.
But
Right,
they will get, if they can split a couple, they can get a couple wins here. They get the kid back.
I mean, that's the thing is you almost now, if you're the Bengals, you're just trying to tread water enough until Joe comes
Hey,
back.
good news. They do have the Jets in 2 weeks.
But
They're probably looking at that.
I think that's it, though.
But,
I
all right,
wouldn't relegate the Cardinals.
So that's it.
would
So we
you?
have 27 teams
Cardinals are
still
close.
relatively alive with the Ravens at the very bottom of that pool, right?
Yeah.
All right. Giants are at 2-4.
They deserve
They're a
another-
good week away.
They-
Again, Denver just showed you that they do have some things about them that feel beatable, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they're coming back from London. Yes, you do have to go to Denver, but still, that's a lot. They've done a lot of kind of bouncing around that team.
All right, so
that's
you
a big game.
So you would
that
have
could change our mind next week.
So
what
you
happens?
have Jets,
I got 5
Titans,
teams.
Saints,
Miami,
Dolphins,
and
Browns.
Those are the 5 out.
So 5
27
out
are left.
under consideration. Giants,
All right. So bubble teams.
Giants, Cardinals,
Good call on that.
Ravens, Bengals, and that's it.
Look how weird this is, Don. I'm here on the ESPN sports page, and I clicked on the Commander to see who they have next week. Well, look what's here.
Oh, they got a little better help spot with Peter's face.
Is that custom made because it's my computer?
It's your search.
But there's a better help ad, and there's
that's pretty cool.
a picture of
And
it.
it even has your name for people that maybe don't know what you
No,
look
it's a
like.
digital spot.
What is it?
I sent it to you last week.
Yeah, they did
But
it
why?
digital.
But so it's like a locally. I'm guessing it's a local thing that will pop up digitally.
Correct.
If you're on ESPN.
Also correct.
All right, got it. Okay.
No, I think it's more
Handsome
regional.
photo of me though.
It's more regional than it is. Peter just logged on. Please send him
no.
the picture so it looks like it's working.
That would be really sad. If you guys go, let me know if you see me. Okay.
Texans, Cowboys at 2-3. Cowboys 2-3-1.
No, you can't.
No,
Not bubble.
no,
Not
no,
bubble.
No.
Not
No.
bubble. All right.
We know that they stink.
All right,
but
so we got 4 in the bubble, right? Which leads us to 23 now left.
that are actually playing.
Now we can really start to decide who's who.
And
Because out of the 23, like I'm still saying Washington needs to be in tier 1, right?
Listen, I'm not going to fight you.
even though they're 3-3. Did Chicago show you something with what Ben Johnson's got that offense looking like?
yeah, they're a feisty team.
No,
There's
they're
a
not
resiliency
bad.
about them. They're
And Swift is really good. I mean,
my
they have
God.
a real back there. So
he's great.
and I'm still figuring out what I think of the quarterback, like what level, what table I think that kid's gonna end up at. But they're not a bad team. They're taking a step forward for sure.
Vikings.
I don't
We
know.
don't know how to feel about them,
I
right?
don't know, and I haven't gotten to watch them at all, so I really don't know.
And then as I'm going through it, like 49ers. Historically, they tell you, yeah, they're always in the mix, but the eye test tells you, I don't know.
Well,
They've
they've
banged
had
up.
injuries,
but they're
so-
always hurt.
True, but injuries might be a reason. So Brock Purdy is supposed to be their starting quarterback, and if he's healthy, that's a team that can win the division. I think all the teams in the West.
Tier 1? San Francisco.
It's hard to put them in tier 1 just because
Eagles in tier 1?
No, not right now.
All right.
But how are they not? They're still. They played 2 bad games, but they're 4-2.
They're bad games though.
They're bad games.
Bad look.
They're bad. Unfortunately for them, their recent loss.
You do realize the Giants are barely functioning.
Mm-hmm.
We're excited about the way that the kids have played,
But no, they
right?
beat them bad.
But the Giants have a long way to go, and the Giants beat them pillar to post. I mean, like if Philadelphia played a really good team, they would have lost by 40. Like they were just now maybe they didn't play to the best of their ability because it was the Giants and they own the Giants. I get that. They probably give a better effort if they're playing the Bills or the Lions.
What about this, guys? Let's dive into this a little further with the Eagles. Week 1, that bizarro Cowboys delayed game.
Yep.
They won that game, but nothing happened in the second
Everything
half.
changed
remember?
after the
So they won
delay.
that game 24-20. Then they beat the Chiefs, who we knew turned out to stink for a month, by 3. Then the Rams game that they 100% should have lost.
Right, that was
the
the two
game was
block
over.
kicks.
It was a block kick. It made no sense. They won. Then final possession, eke out a win against the Bucs, and then they lose to the Broncos and Giants in
giving
back-to-back
up
weeks.
17 unanswered points in the fourth quarter, right? A Bronco team, granted it's in London and the Jets defense isn't bad, but scored 13 points against the Jets?
Yeah. Not a great offense at all.
Listen, you've got to give respect to Philadelphia. A, they're in first place. B, they're the defending Super Bowl champions.
All right.
But clearly, when broken gets thrown around,
It's
hard to say, but you're still an elite team.
Yeah, having team meetings and all that stuff. So my tier 1s right now, and tell me who I'm missing. I got Washington, I got Detroit, I got Tampa. Those are 3 NFC teams. I only have 1 AFC team, and that's Buffalo, despite what we've seen. I still think
that's
look at the AFC.
generous.
Give me
I
the
can't-
other AFC. The
I've
Colts,
seen a lot of the Chargers
Are you buying
recently.
the
I watched
Colts?
every second of that game Sunday.
Steelers. Who are you buying in
And
the
the
AFC?
Giant game. Chargers are not an elite team. Colts, they're 5-1.
But are you buying
I
it?
can't do it. I can't do it yet.
Well, by the way, you'll get to see them together this week. Can the Chargers-Colts winner be considered a real team? They play this weekend.
No.
You're still not going to believe it.
No, and what do I say about Pittsburgh?
The Chargers net differentials 2.
Hold on. Do you know real quick, just a quick update in case you haven't been paying attention, kids. The Colts wins this year in their impressive record are the Dolphins, the Broncos.
Okay, that's good.
That's good. The Titans, the Raiders,
I gotta
the
tell you.
Cardinals. They have beaten the absolute garbage of the league.
If you forget about last year,
Wow.
forget about your preconceived notions, okay? Take a look at point differential.
Yep.
Don't you have to put the Patriots there? They've got the same record as the Bills, same net points.
I was thinking about that.
3-0
right?
on
So
the
same
road.
point differential. They beat the Bills.
I know. They found a quarterback.
And I don't think it's fair to say, well, look at what Buffalo's. Forget about history. We're talking about now. We're living in the now. I'm not comfortable putting New England there,
But
how do you not put them there if you're going to put the Bills there?
Well,
what other criteria are you going to go by?
I also, by the way, you brought up a team that I forgot that I think should actually be put in the on the bubble, and that's the Raiders.
Really?
They're really not very good.
But I love their coach, and I think they could figure it out.
So you don't want to put them on the bubble? Okay.
The bubble for
No,
relegation?
they're in the bubble.
Well, that's where I was going.
Okay,
we
I'm
only
sorry.
had 4 bubble teams. The Raiders have to be a bubble team.
I wouldn't put them in. And where else are you going to put them?
They got to be on the bubble.
If you don't put them in the bubble, where are they?
Well, it's not tier 1, tier 2.
No, there's no tiers with Vegas.
No, there's not. There's a lot of tiers, but not that kind of tier. But tier 1 is like who we think could actually go to a Super Bowl. Who's good enough?
Also, you want to talk about the Patriots for a second. Patriots schedule-wise, they're at the Titans this week, then home against the Browns.
Oh, boy.
You could basically jump them to 6-2. They could very likely get to 6-2.
Yep.
Which is super. And then they're home Falcons, which I don't know what to say about that anymore.
That's going to be a tough one.
That could be a real tough one.
The thing is with Patriots, they're not a good home team. They haven't lost on the road yet. But no, it's just the exercise we're doing here is the fact that in the past we have bemoaned the fact that it just is always the same teams and the Chiefs are always going to be there and all this stuff.
And I'm worried they still will.
This is the true parity. And you know what? The funny thing about parity is when everybody's equal, the team that has the most experience in winning usually comes out of it.
Yep.
Because the other teams that might be at that same level don't have the winning experience to fall back on when it comes to playoff games.
Yep. But what we've come to is that football was the one sport we had where every game is so meaningful. We are now through 6 weeks of the season. There's 11 games left. All right, we're not quite to the halfway point, but we're way past the quarter pole here, and we don't have a clue. And everything we're basing things on, let's be honest, is based off the past. Well, Bills. Well, I think Bills are going to the Super Bowl. All right. Well, they haven't looked good over the last 2 games, but, we know the history. Same thing with Kansas City. Kansas City's not looked good, but, Kansas City will figure it out because they always figure it out, right? But if you just look at what you are now, Steelers, Patriots, Colts, the standings are the standings. Bill Parcells says it. You are where your record says you are.
Yep.
But we won't buy it because of the past. When did the Colts ever win? When did the Patriots win since Belichick left? Steelers, they're not supposed to win this division. They got a 42-year-old quarterback. Supposed to be the Ravens and Bengals battling for this division. This is the reality. But we don't buy into the reality because of the past. And then the past will show us that these teams will wake up. So now we played 6 weeks, Peter, and other than the Jets who have buried themselves, we don't know anything. And it really kind of shows you that even in football, it's too early. Crazy to say. And you want to add games?
That's why I'm saying.
You want to add games.
Isn't it funny, too? When I watched preseason in years past, I thought, what a complete waste of time this is. And then they remove a preseason game, and we get to the era now of protecting players in the preseason, and it makes me appreciate how valuable the preseason once was. I thought it was nothing, Don. They would play only the 3rd game, and maybe a half of the 2nd game, the entire 3rd game, maybe a quarter of the 4th game. You remember when that was the case? Then it's been whittled down, and now it's amazing how much it affects the season.
It's crazy. But this is what we have. I thought that was really good extemporaneous talk of football to start. We threw a lot of things out there. Want you to join us at 1-800-919-3776. Big show as usual. We'll get into the baseball because things are not aging well for the Yankees.
Baseball.
Okay? What's happening with the Blue Jays right now, I'm really interested to hear from a Yankee perspective. Are you happy about it? Seeing the Blue Jays getting humiliated? Or does it make you even more angry that you couldn't beat this team? We'll have talk about it Tuesday coming up at 4:30. We've got ENN at 6. And then we'll take up until 6:30.
Dream about.
As the Rangers will take the ice against Connor McDavid and the Edmonton Oilers. It's Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg hanging out with you here on a Tuesday on ESPN New York.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
There's nothing the voice in our head obsesses over like our health. But with over 100 lab tests and insights, Function can help answer the questions like, why am I so tired all the time? How can I get better sleep? My friend was telling me about magnesium gummies she takes. How do I even know if my heart is work stress affected? It's time to up my cardio. If my mom has something, how would I find out? It's time to get some blood work done. A Function membership gives you a comprehensive health check with results tracked over time. Find out what you're made of at functionhealth.com.
Ballybet Sportsbook. Yo, Ballybet stacked for football season. When it comes to sportsbook apps, it's undefeated. Ballybet. Check out that brand new Parlay Zone. Here's the kickoff. Build your bets and place them right on your phone. What? Live bets, daily boosts, and promos. Increase your odds so you can win more dough. Touchdown! Ballybet's the play. Make game day more fun and download it today. Must be 21 plus, New York only. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY. Ballybet Sportsbook and Casino. Download it.
There are a lot of reasons why people buy at Ramsey Mazda. It's their selection, it's their customer service, and it's their savings. Lease a new 2025 Mazda CX-5 2.5 S Select for $229 for 36 months. Start shopping now at RamseyMazda.com. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda. Call 833-853-2970 for details. VIN S0595731. MSRP $31,915. Zero security deposit. Ends 10/31/25.
Score a win this game day with Amazon Pickup, the MVP of package pickup. Need that new football jersey for the big matchup? With Amazon Pickup, you can collect your order from secure Amazon lockers or counters near you on your schedule. Whether you're running from work or home or straight to the tailgate, Amazon Pickup makes it easy and worry-free at no extra cost. Don't miss kickoff. Grab your gear and your packages when it works for you. Find your nearest Amazon Pickup location at amazon.com/pickupmvp. That's amazon.com/pickupmvp.
At Uline, the prevailing opinion is, if you don't live it, you don't believe it. The people at Uline believe in hard work, and they live it by being there 24/7 to answer your call, having 41,000 items in stock, and offering same-day shipping from 12 locations across North America. Business owners, sellers, buyers, shippers, and packers believe it. Uline is the hard-working, dependable source for your shipping and industrial supplies. Visit uline.com.
Getting the right mattress helps you sleep at night. Getting the right price helps you sleep even better. At PC Richard & Son, they don't just sell you a mattress. Their experts use a 4-step fitting process to make sure your new bed fits you perfectly. The right fit, the right price, plus free delivery. It's what they do, only at PC Richard & Son. Free delivery on mattresses $199 and up. Excludes Manhattan. See stores for details.
They say a full marathon is the ultimate test. For me, it's more than a race. It's a milestone I once thought impossible. Michelle Smallman here, and I'm running my very first marathon in New York City with the support of Gainbridge and Gainbridge Assists powered by Parity. Together, we're empowering girls and women through sports and education with grants to 32 organizations in 21 states. Every step I take is for the finish line and for the next generation chasing their dreams. Here's to 26.2 miles and a future with no limits.
Every great team has its core players, but when the season gets tough, adding the right free agent can make all the difference. The same goes for business. At Robert Half, we found that 67% of companies surveyed plan to increase their use of contract talent to handle workload peaks and backlogged projects. With Robert Half's specialized recruiters' experience, combined with our award-winning AI, you can quickly find the skilled candidates you want. At Robert Half, we know talent. Discover how we can help at roberthalf.com/talent.
Game Time is brought to you by Tullamore Irish Whiskey, because when it's game time, fellas, Rangers host the Oilers. Coverage immediately following us on 880 at 6:30. National League Championship Series Game 2 coverage is on 1050 at 7:30 and will be on 880 following the Rangers coverage. Tullamore Dew, the original triple distilled, triple blended, and triple cast matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the new Tullamore Dew Honey during today's action, glasses up to enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly.
I got to blame Jacob for that. Jacob is the one who brought us back in with the beautiful Lady by D'Angelo, but then also is the one who decided to play the 11-second Don screaming over the song. You know what I mean? You got to pick your battles here.
Well, his mistake was the song because he always leads the first Tullamore Dew.
It always has to be with that.
With the long one.
So maybe you should have went Devil's Pie or something more up-tempo by D'Angelo, who, by the way, we lost today at just 51 years old, which is just...
I did not know that.
Yeah. Oh, you didn't know yet?
What?
They don't know yet. Oh, no, they do. I think they said private battle with pancreatic cancer.
Oh, it's terrible.
D'Angelo, one of the coolest artists of our time. And so insane to see him die so young when obviously one of the things, almost to a fault, he was talked about his looks almost too much because he's such an iconic artist, but that Voodoo album cover and the Untitled video with him naked in it made him such a sex symbol. But it's such a weird thing to have someone who's all you think of him as is being so physically fit, and he passes away so young.
Yeah.
Because pancreatic cancer doesn't care, I don't think, how fit you are. But he was, Don, I don't know if you've ever spent any time with his catalog.
No.
But he only has 2 albums. They are both just masterpieces. I mean, he's just like one of those dudes who, Alan, it's like he should have been in a different time. He happened to be in the 90s. He could have been the 60s, 70s.
Oh, yeah. No. He was a soul singer.
Yeah, he just popped up out of nowhere
singer
in the 90s. He was just special.
So, Brown Sugar was the only one that I knew about, that album.
You haven't heard Voodoo?
No. Brown Sugar is my wheelhouse because that's college for me.
We know how college was for you.
Yeah. So that song was, that album was, I think I still have that CD, believe it or not.
Oh, it's a classic.
All the way back in the day. But yeah.
I actually knew Cruisin' by D'Angelo before I knew Cruisin' by Smokey Robinson.
Really?
Yep.
That happens.
The cover was big. But yeah, Don, the album Voodoo is worth.
I'll take a listen.
It's not whatever you might think. It's not. It's a live music soul album that came out in the 90s. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But you remember the video, right? Of him half naked. You remember,
yeah.
You remember that?
I remember that.
That was a big cultural moment.
How come we didn't get naked in any of our publicity for this show?
It's not too late.
Speaking of which, I got to tell you, I think I found an interest in pickleball.
I've heard nothing but good things.
Have you watched what's on our screen? I think there's some things about it that seem tremendous.
Oh, I thought you were actually legitimately talking about how enjoyable it could be to play and how fit you can be.
I am legitimately interested in the game because I like tennis, and it's a way to play tennis, but there's some fun stuff going on with pickleball. I think the sport's growing.
Can I change sheets with you?
There's some decent stuff happening in pickleball as a culture.
Speaking of wheelhouse.
Yeah, right in my wheelhouse. Right in their wheelhouse.
1-800-919-3776. Let's start the show off with Brian in Sleepy Hollow. You're on Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg on ESPN New York. What's up, man?
Hey, how's it going? Speaking of the football rankings and everything, I wanted to make an analogy with the Yankees and the Bills. How they both have an MVP guy that probably should have won already. And everybody thinks it's failure. Nothing short of a Super Bowl or a World Series for him is a failure, is success. I mean, also, kind of the coach maybe stated has been a little stale and has been around too long. You can make that case with McDermott and Boone. Also, that they kind of don't, do enough to put them over the top. Like they had Diggs, the Bills, but they never had, after Diggs, I'm underwhelmed by their offense. And I don't know. I just don't think McDermott's the guy. They should have gotten rid of him after the Kansas City game. What do you guys think?
Well, it does feel like that's the last straw, right?
Mm-hmm.
You've got the quarterback. There's talent. You're not winning. It's football. Change the coach. That's why I don't like the analogy with Boone. Yankees aren't not winning the World Series because of Boone. I could say the Bills aren't winning the Super Bowl because of McDermott. Because when he goes up against Andy Reid, I'm sorry, it's a mismatch, right? Andy Reid is such a good coach. And I think coaches in the NFL have more to say about the wins and losses than managers do in baseball. Can we all agree on that?
Oh, absolutely.
So,
for sure.
I do see the comparisons. Like, when are you going to be able to get off the hump? Is Josh Allen the Aaron Judge? Although I think Allen's played well in the postseason, but he's not losing to nobody. Like, the Yankees losing to the Blue Jays, and the Blue Jays go quietly into that good night. against Seattle.
It's a bad look.
That's going to be a bad look. You know, the Bills usually lose to a team that ends up going to the Super Bowl or winning the Super Bowl. There's no shame in losing to Kansas City and no shame in losing to Mahomes. If the Bills kept getting ousted by the Houston Texans, then I'd say, something's up here. I mean, you are losing to the best of the best.
Usually the team that goes on.
Yeah.
Well, the problem is for him, they just can't beat the Chiefs when they do face them, right? But, I mean, think about it. They've had stability there for a long time. Not only with McDermott, but Bean's been the GM there for 8 years, right?
No, they
have had stability,
but
they have had success, and what you got to feel like is like, I guess it sounds very similar to the Yankee mantra, is that every year you're a winning team, every year you're good, and you're just going to try to break through one of these years.
Yeah, but you just can't seem to crack the code on Kansas City. But it's horses for courses, right? Because Joe Burrow, who can't stay healthy, goes into Kansas City and beats
the 1 year he was healthy.
Tom Brady, all of his wins, 2 losses against Eli Manning. Sometimes it's just the matchup, and that's who they have to get through in order to get there. But if you tell me who's better, Josh Allen or Patrick Mahomes, you'll say, all right, maybe Mahomes a tad bit. You ask me who's better, McDermott or Reed, it's not even close.
Yeah,
so
we know this.
There were multiple opportunities for them to move on from McDermott. I'm surprised they didn't.
Well, what the question is who are you getting that's better?
Yeah, who you taking out?
There's who was available that you're like, this guy's better. Like, that's the thing with a team like that is you wait for an Andy Reid to become available or a Tomlin. Like, you wait for somebody of that level that takes your team up a notch. Because otherwise, if you're just bringing in, anyone, you're taking a risk on an inexperienced coach, even though we've seen some have success. Again, like, would you bring in a Harbaugh? If the Ravens moved on from John Harbaugh,
no, you might.
If they just decided, this has gone on long enough, and
into a Super Bowl,
is that a guy that you would, if every organization would say, I want that guy, and I want him taking over my organization.
But you wonder, availability. All right, well, while McDermott's been the head coach, Sean Payton's become available. Jim Harbaugh came back into the NFL. Would that be an upgrade?
Payton would be interesting.
Like John,
with a guy
different
like Josh
story.
Allen.
But would Jim even be an upgrade?
No. I mean, again, it's especially the guy who loves to run the ball the way Jim does. Yeah, I guess there were opportunities, and they chose not to. But they choose with, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Where, again, the example of the Knicks of, yeah, they're winning, but we think this can go farther, and this is as far as he can take us, so we need the next guy.
Now, we've talked at ridiculous amounts about how the Yankees may just be content with their success. I don't think the Bills are happy not winning it. You know what I mean? I think they really want to take the next step. Because unlike the Yankees, they don't have the winning
They don't have
history.
anything.
All they have is 0 for 4 in Super Bowls with Jim Kelly. They want it. That city needs it, man. Like,
they got a new stadium.
Sabres are going. They're winless. They got 2 professional sports teams.
No, they don't. They have 1.
Oh,
did you see what's going on? They're already burning jerseys and stuff up there.
They care so much, but now they're close to just being. They don't draw anymore.
That's a great hockey market, not a good one.
No, it's great. But
you've been there. I've been there. I've been there when they had good teams there. And I've been there when that building was packed.
Yeah, and it's great.
It's as intense a building as you could be in. But they have disillusioned that fan base to a point where that's.
And they know garbage when they see it because they know.
But you know what? What's funny though? That happens in a place like that, and a franchise really is in desperate place, right? Because nobody's showing up, they're not getting support, and anybody does go, all they do is boo and throw jerseys. Here in New York, the Jets are garbage for 15 years, and what are we doing? I'll pay a PSL. Sure,
why not?
I'll pay it. Whatever it takes.
I'll drive from Long Island to the Meadowlands.
I'll spend 3 hours of my morning just to get there, and then 3 hours to get back for a 3-hour game.
Well,
sure.
This might be the year where we finally see that come to an end. Think about it.
I mean, maybe.
Their 2 home games have been the Steelers and the Cowboys. So the building's been full because of who's come into the building.
Fair point.
When's their next home game? It's got to be coming up against the Panthers.
I told you, I don't know. I checked out.
Home against the Panthers? Jet fans aren't going to want to go. The Panthers don't have fans that travel. There might not be anybody in that building.
That's the only
way.
When is that? That's this week? When is that?
It's this Sunday.
You have limited fall days. Don, you know what it's like with the kids in October, trying to get a day to go to the pumpkin patch, trying to get a day to do something when the weather's still nice? You want to throw that away?
Their next 2 home games
Sunday,
the Panthers?
by the way,
Yeah.
71 and sunny.
You want to spend that day.
Hell to the no.
It's going to look like the Princeton ski shop there. And
I don't understand the reference.
well, but Allen did and laughed. So why can't he just play along?
All right, because I want to feel left out.
Because every once in a while, I don't know if they still do it. I don't think they did it at the new play. At the old play at Giant Stadium, they would have like the Princeton ski shop. They would have like a big sale of ski stuff like in the stadium.
They use it as like a car show.
Yeah.
A car show.
At the stadium?
Yeah.
So
Like a Halloween warehouse.
you can imagine the stands for that. You know, there aren't 80,000 people watching people buy skis.
It's like when an arena closes and they make it a flea market. And
Right.
then so all the bleachers, there's nobody up there.
Right,
so
right.
he's down in the
People
middle.
wandering around
So
the field.
Yeah.
back-to-back home games against the Panthers and Browns.
Yep. The only way to get the attention of an owner of a really bad franchise is to not show up. That's it. Flying planes,
Certainly,
that's just annoying. Don't go.
I would be shocked. Honestly,
People already bought these tickets.
Even if you're not protesting, I would be shocked if that place is more than half empty. I mean, more than half full.
Well, half full, half
I
empty
think
is
it's going to
same
be. I think it's going to be half. Because again, putrid teams you're playing,
But it's
you
always more than
stink.
half full. It's always. I mean,
No, but this is going to be really.
so you think this is going to be a
I
noticeable?
think I listen. They do a good job with the different shades of gray seats to make it look like. Seriously,
I know.
They did that at the old Superdome. You know why the Superdome had all the different color seats to make it look like people were there when they weren't there. But it's going to be noticeable, dude. Come on.
Maybe they pull out.
0-6 Panthers. It's a gorgeous fall day.
Do they pull out the
I
COVID
hope you're right.
cutouts? They still keep those in storage. Remember the COVID cutouts?
Yeah, what did they do with them?
Right?
They auctioned them off or
Remember
something?
the Mets did that?
Bust
I
out
got
the
one
fake
for my mom.
fans. Yeah.
My mom was a COVID
No.
cutout
Oh,
for
really?
the Mets at Citi Field. Yeah.
Is that true?
Yes.
Where
Yeah.
is it?
I don't know. I asked Gelbsy to help me, and he said it was gone. They didn't know where it went. Somewhere. It's a COVID cutout of my mom.
Gelbsy?
Yeah.
That's a thing?
Steve Gelbs.
Well, I guess if you're close.
People
I
call
didn't
Steve
realize
Gelbs Gelbsy?
I do.
What, is he on the Yankees?
Apparently.
That's what Boone would call him.
You don't like that?
No,
Gelbsy?
Is that a
It's
problem?
fine.
Is that bad?
No, it's fine.
It suggests intimacy.
Yeah, it's very. I didn't know you
I
guys
don't
were
know if
that
it
close.
suggests intimacy.
No, it's there's a
Very-
closeness.
I hate to disappoint you,
Gelbsy.
but it's
very
just
close.
Oh, there's a closeness.
He's a friend. I consider him a friend.
Well, I know that's fine. I believe I should.
Do you
I
have his
never heard-
number?
Of course I do.
What kind of friend would he be if he didn't have his phone
I'm
number?
just trying to gauge how close we are.
We did. What
Do
I
you know
call
his
him,
address? You know where he lives?
What is this?
No, home address is a lot. That's
what are we talking
Wouldn't answer
about?
a lot of questions, wouldn't he? He's not answering. You
Well,
know where
no,
he
no,
lives?
no, because this is getting ridiculous. He's
I
just
just-
he's a friend.
I know, but
I like calling him Gelbsy. It's fun.
I know, but liking calling him Gelbsy, which I don't see the attraction.
The guy has to sit through this whole Jet season trying to make something out of nothing in a postgame show.
He's
He's got to have
talent.
a halo over his head right now, after what he's been through.
He's been through a lot.
He went from the end of that Mets season into this Jets
I'm going to
season.
show you. No,
My
because
God.
I want to join the party. You know who I saw last night in
Here
Columbus?
we go. Talk to me.
I saw Mearsy. Steve Mears.
Of course.
He's the voice of the Blue Jackets, used to be the voice of the Penguins, used to work for the Islanders.
Oh,
used
Mearsy.
to used to work with the Rangers. He used to back me up.
Wow. You
So
hear that flex?
Mearsy. I don't know where he lives. I do have his number.
We have his number.
I know he lives in Columbus. I couldn't find his home. I met I got a 2-year-old.
Are you
I
intimate?
Met the wife.
Are you intimate? Are you going to go
But
there?
I was not suggesting.
So you saw him. Did you guys? Did you?
He didn't mean
have a
I
moment?
didn't mean physical. I'm just saying intimate, meaning you're close.
Yes, I consider him a close
But
friend.
I
Like,
never,
if I needed something,
ever,
he would be there.
I only did it for the gag. I'm not calling him Mearsy.
Right. Now, is Gelbsy a
You
nickname
don't
he
call him
has?
Gelbsy,
I don't know.
right? You're referring to him as Gelbsy. But when you see him, you don't go, "Hey, Gelbsy."
I
And you don't know if other people say it?
don't care.
You know, Aaron Boone would say it if he
You're
saw
right,
him.
but I don't know if anyone. I wonder if you're listening. Your friends
Is
with
this
Steve
a
Gelbs.
Like
Do you
I'm
call
really
him Gelbsy?
Now I'm super self-conscious about this because I just
Gelbsy.
it's just a thing. I can't help it.
I don't know. Just
All right.
I'm good. It's just interesting that
That's
Peter and
how
I were
Yankee.
both struck
That's how
by that.
Yankee Allen
Yeah.
is.
I am Yankee Allen.
Yeah.
I used to call Rick DiPietro. I used to call him Rico. Called him that all the time. That was
I like that. That's a good nickname.
That
and
is cool.
But I discovered that was his nickname in college. But he never
Really?
followed him to the NHL. They called him a lot of other things. But they
Yeah,
never called him
well.
Rico. Like there was the fans used to say
Right.
DP, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I would always call him Rico. And again, it was always that, like, why you call him Rico? I don't know. It's just what I call him.
I like
that a problem?
Rico. No, Rico I like. Gelbsy does suggest more intimacy, though.
Really?
Yeah, like it's a closeness when you add the
like
Y.
that's like he's in the
sorry I
wedding
made you
party.
both very uncomfortable.
No, that's uncomfortable.
That's why. Listen,
I
if you ever
apologize.
got remarried,
If
God
you're
forbid,
a friend of mine, I probably will have some type of term of endearment for you.
Gelbsy suggests that he might be in the wedding party. if
Don,
you
what
got
do
remarried.
I call you?
You call me Donnie.
Yeah,
but that's
who else calls you Donnie?
Donnie's different.
Who calls you Donnie?
A lot of people.
I've never heard anybody call him Donnie.
Not a
Are
lot
you
of
serious?
people. Not a lot of people call me Donnie.
No.
Our listeners call you Donnie.
Sometimes, but I
Not
know.
many.
But
Anthony calls you Donnie. At least about you. Anthony, you ever call him Donnie?
No, he's never done that.
He does. Maybe not to your face, but he does. We talk
No,
about
behind
it
your
that
back.
way.
But I like Donnie. But Donnie's different. Take Donnie.
Yes.
Taking somebody's last name.
Donnie Pucks, but that's a different.
Yeah, that's different.
Taking somebody's last name and putting the E at the end.
The
of
Y.
it. Yeah, or the Y.
It's not
you
an
know,
E.
Like you
Wow.
go.
It's not Gelbsy.
No, because I was thinking when I spell Donnie, I spell it I-E.
Right.
Yep.
But Gelbsy's a Y.
Whatever.
Don't even know.
Now, yeah, what are you going to call me? Like
Did you hear what he
Brecky?
said?
What? What did he say?
He said breaky.
Oh. Don Hahn and Rosenberg on ESPN New York.
D'Agostino, law, bite back. I'm injury attorney John Ryan D'Agostino, nicknamed The Closer, continuing D'Agostino and Associates' legacy of helping the injured for over 35 years. My father, John D'Agostino, built this injury firm to help accident victims.
This is John D'Agostino, and this is a family firm. For us, it's about doing what's right and making sure somebody pays for your pain. Call us first at 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-BITE-BACK.
They call me The Closer because big or small, in court or out, I'm fighting to get the job done, to win, to get you every dollar you deserve.
D'Agostino and Associates has offices throughout New York and New Jersey and will come to you. I've been there and I'll be there for you. Call us first at 1-800-BITE-BACK. 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-248-3222.
And now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Hey there, guys. Good afternoon. Not moving much on the Belt eastbound in Queens. Looks like a crash right before the Cross Island Southern State split. Traffic is pretty much at a standstill from JFK. Westbound side, some pockets of slowdowns heading over to the Verrazano in Brooklyn from Flatbush Avenue. Heaviest ride to the outbound George Cross Bronx westbound. You're packed from White Plains Road through to underneath the apartments. West Side Highway northbound. Watch out for a crash in the right lane right after West 96. You're stop and go there from the 79th Street boat basin. After that, no issues heading over to the outbound George. Inbound George looking good for both the upper and lower decks. Outbound Lincoln and Hahn tunnels about 10 to 15 minutes each. This report is sponsored by Mothers Against Drunk Driving. For victims of drunk and drug driving, your grief is unique, but you're not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Visit mad.org. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
1 in every 6 men is likely to be diagnosed with prostate cancer in his lifetime. That's why New York Presbyterian wants to remind men over 50 to book a prostate cancer screening. A simple blood test is all it takes. It could save your life. Screenings are available across New York City and Westchester at locations near you. Schedule your annual prostate cancer screening today at nyp.org/cancer screening. Stay amazing. New York Presbyterian.
Don't take slow for an answer. Not so easy when you're stuck in traffic. But mere inches from someone else's bumper, you can dream of faster things. Like Optimum Fiber, the fastest and most reliable fiber internet, starting at $40 a month. So while you can't always switch lanes for a faster route, you can switch providers for a faster connection. Optimum. Don't take slow for an answer. Call 888-4OPTIMUM or visit Optimum.com/fiber today. Terms apply. See Optimum.com for
365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in New Jersey. T&Cs apply.
This one's for the flavor fanatics. Sour apple 5-hour energy shots don't mess around. They bring the bite. Tart, tangy, and packed with tasty caffeine, this little 2-ounce bottle punches above its weight. With zero sugar and as much caffeine as your favorite 12-ounce coffee, it's the kind of pick-me-up that keep your taste buds happy without the crash. And it doesn't stop at sour apple. There are 17 bold flavors waiting for you to discover. Pick one up in store or stock up online at 5hourenergy.com or on Amazon today.
A SoFi personal loan is here to help you achieve something once thought impossible, overcoming high-interest credit card debt. Walk the tightrope of your finances with one low, fixed-rate monthly payment, no fees required, and as soon as the same-day funding. That's right. Pull off your own debt-defying stunt with a SoFi personal loan. Visit SoFi.com/trick to learn more. Loans originated by SoFi Bank, N.A., member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply. NMLS 696891.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, hims.com/joy.
From the regular season to the Super Bowl, ESPN New York is your destination for football. We've got crazy fans.
If the Giants somehow beat the Cowboys, I'm going to take a dump on your head.
You can feel good because you're a damn football team.
Expert analysis.
Marcus Spears joins us now. ESPN NFL analyst Damian Woody.
Mel Kiper Jr.
The Hall of Famer Steve Young.
He's kind of our resident general manager, Louis Riddick.
We got Mike Tannenbaum right now.
And all your fantasy and wagering needs. This is ESPN New York. We are football.
Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg take you up until 6:30. Then it's Rangers hockey, Rangers and the Oilers at the Garden.
Connor McDavid
in town. He's there all week because then they're going to be, I think, at UBS Thursday, Saturday afternoon at the Devils. So I'll be on the call for that. Looking forward to having some fun there. Let's get back to the busy phones and talk to Moose in Jamaica. You're on ESPN New York. What's up, Moose?
What up, guys? Peter, by the way, Pete Gaines, shout out to the show. Finally, DHR has come back, all reunited. You know, shout out to the Attitude Era of WWE and The Rock. I don't know how my impersonation was.
It was not great. It wasn't great, but I appreciate the effort.
You do?
Listen, nobody can do it like The Rock. All I wanted to be was him when I grew up. You know, but besides that, I'm here to talk Giants. So, when it comes to the game, I'm trying. This is not for betting purposes. This is a fan trying to see the resurrection of the Giants as a franchise with the quarterback, the running back, and the wide receiver was injured. But big game. Denver, top 5 defense, decent second-year quarterback. They struggled offensively against the Jets. Who knows why? But this is the thing. If the Jets had minus 10 yards passing, as great as Jackson Dart has been, we're going to Denver, the high altitude. I don't know what the weather is. They have a really, the shutdown corner, great pass rush, can stop the run. So, but I think there's, something that Jackson Dart possesses where he upsets the apple cart. So I'm having trouble reading, are we going to win? Is this going to be a dogfight? Is this going to be a back and forth? Is this going to be we get a lead, they come back, or they back? Your take on what will happen in the game, because I think
there's an advantage and a disadvantage to this longer break. It's not a bye, but close. Can some momentum be lost after beating the Eagles after waiting 10 days? But you do have Denver, a little hangover coming back from London. I don't know. I can't read it. I just want it to look good. Forget about whether they win or lose the game, guys. I just want the Giants to look good, look functioning. That means more to me than the actual wins. What also means more to me than that is Steve Gelbs. I think he's exceptionally talented, and apparently
You're talking Gelbsy
and Allen are very close because I heard a Gelbsy.
You hear all the compliments being thrown around right now, Gelbsy?
And he's listening, and he calls in. Hey, Steve. Or is it Gelbsy?
Right. No. To you, it's Steve.
Mm-hmm.
But
okay.
Alan calls me Gelbsy. That's my close personal friends, and I just want to make sure that you lay off him. You know what I mean? He got it right.
Listen,
Gelbsy.
I thought we had a great time doing Rangers together. I think I guess
don't
we're not
fall
close.
for this. Look, look what he's doing.
And I wouldn't call you Gelbsy because I just think it's weird. But I'm good with Steve. But other people call you Gelbsy.
What? Yes. What's weird about it?
Because you know what's weird about it? You have a 2-syllable. Your whole name, Steve Gelbs. The entire name is 2 syllables. Why do we feel like we have to give nicknames to people? Bob Wischusen needs a nickname.
Right. And doesn't even have one.
Right. Steve Gelbs.
Why are you yelling at me?
I don't get it, Steve. I don't understand it.
No, you know what it is?
You don't have
to
get it.
You know, if you grow up in hockey culture, which we all did, it's got to be Gelbsy. There's no such thing as Steve.
Great point.
And
I didn't know. That makes it make sense. I didn't know Gelbsy grew up in hockey culture.
But I also didn't know that Alan and Steve were line mates somewhere but down the road. They're two non-athletic friends. Sharing a beer, you're not Gelbsy. If you're dressing alongside each other for the big game.
That's a good point. Line mates, if you will. Steve, you played hockey as a kid?
I played hockey as a kid. I played hockey last night. I'm in a local men's league now.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Where's the league?
It's like nobody knows this guy.
I got to keep that a little quiet.
Okay,
we don't want, you know what I mean?
We don't want fans.
No, but I will tell you this. So I have not played in the men's league since I started doing the Mets job. And so this last night was my third game. The good news to report is that today was the first day that I could walk after.
There you go.
So we're improving.
Okay.
Yep. But 2 games ago, I got a little out over my skates and scored a goal, had an assist, also got into a little bit of a fight in men's league.
No.
Yes.
So, had the Gordie-Howe hat trick.
I
and
can't
thought
picture
to myself
that.
While sitting
You seem such a mild-mannered guy.
I love this for Gelbsy.
That's it. See?
Yeah.
Now he's earning that
While
nickname.
sitting in the box, I thought to myself, you know what? You got to remember that there are people who know you now, so you got to back off a little bit. But that Gelbsy came out in a big way a week ago.
Oh, that is.
A lot of people don't know this. The craziest thing is the fight was actually with Meredith Marakovitz. They went right back, right up and at each other. Unbelievable.
No, it was just some guy on the ice calling me Steve.
Yeah,
see, that's it. It's Gelbsy.
Nobody calls me Steve.
Nobody calls me.
Now, I'm just listen. I think you are so talented. I'm so proud of you going from filling in for me doing Rangers and pre and post on the radio to just killing it on SNY, man. I couldn't be prouder for you. You're having such a great time with it too. But,
but before you butter him up,
I just wonder how tough was the way that this season ended for you. Seriously, I know it's a job, but but you're in there every day. How difficult was to see the season end the way it did?
Yeah, this is a tough one, especially because listen, we've all been around enough teams to know that there are certain times where you just the group isn't right, the mix isn't right, the personalities aren't great, and there are times where it's like you just kind of need this season to end. And the weird thing about this is that not only was it a really talented group, but it was a great group of guys and a great coaching staff. You knew that there would be heads that would roll. There'd be a lot of changes that were made. So I think that's probably the most difficult part, is that you didn't necessarily want this group to go out that way, and you certainly didn't want the inevitable consequences that are going to come from such a disappointment to take place. So that was the hardest part for me. But, it was just, I still now, what are we, 2-3 weeks afterwards, still trying to figure out how it went wrong, what went wrong. There's the obvious pitching issues and defensive issues and things like that. But, to me, this team still should have found a way in. And I really just, I cannot put my finger on how it didn't happen.
Are you never mind you. You think the Mets would consider giving him a 7-year contract, Alonzo?
No, I don't.
Why is he asking for 7? He's 30, going to be 31 years old.
I mean, I think that's, they got to do what they have to do right now to get out. And I'm sure he would love a 7-year deal, but last year he had to settle for 2. I would be very surprised if he got 7 out there, but there will be a more robust market for him, no doubt about it. But I would assume that Pete's contract ends up somewhere in the 5-year range from someone. I really have a hard time believing the way front offices think right now that even as productive as Alonso has been, that someone's going to give that type of term to, a first baseman, possible DH, right-handed power hitter. They don't do it anymore. And so 7 years seems like a huge ask, but I wouldn't be shocked if it settled, 4 or 5 years.
So you go from that into the Jets season. Week after week, when I watch you guys, it almost is.
Poor Gilbert.
What I need you to do next week is not have that look of surprise when you come on the air. Like, I can't believe they lost that game. Like, when does that go away for you? Because it really has been remarkable. What do we count? Was it 3 of these games were like within a touchdown? Like you were there, but just couldn't finish. Like it's all we keep hearing, couldn't finish.
3 of the games. I mean, Pittsburgh, Tampa, and this one were staggering. Tampa not so much, given the way they had played the whole game. But obviously, after Will McDonald pulls off that magic trick, you think, all right, maybe they've got a chance. But yeah, this is. I've said it almost every week on postgame. The thing that's been most disappointing so far to me about this Jets season is not the result. Nobody expected them to be a playoff team this year or make these huge win total strides. I just wanted to see something that looked like progress. And, so far we haven't seen it, and at times it's looked like it's going the other way. You guys, I'm sure, have gotten into all of the inexplicable decisions from this past week, but that's all Jets fans need to see. Connor Rogers said it best on our postgame show. He's unbelievable, and he just said this season was just about regaining the trust of a fan base, and so far it's gone the opposite way of that. So still plenty of time left, but yeah, it's been a rough start, to say the least.
You're listening to 880 ESPN, WHSQ, and WCBS FM HD2 New York. We're talking to Steve Gelbs from SNY. Mets coverage, Jets coverage. We were just talking about it, Steve. Home against Carolina, home against Cleveland. I just wonder, it's going to be family and friends in the building. I mean, the energy is gone, obviously. And I did 16 years of Jets, and I've seen seasons where the Jets were going nowhere and the fans were ticked. But worse than that is complete disinterest, and it feels like we're spiraling way towards that.
Yeah, you don't want apathy. That's where it gets really dangerous. And it does feel like we're spiraling towards that. Last week would have been so big on so many levels just to find a way to get the victory, to change the narrative, to change the feel, to get the fans a little more, just a little more to hang on to. And I think last week, more than just a win, it would have been that you could have said, okay, it's a win with some progress. We've seen a defense that looked absolutely abysmal the first 5 weeks finally step up and perform well last week. We saw a special teams group that similarly has had so many issues really do a lot of nice things to get the Jets in good field position. And the fact that you can't even focus on that in any way, shape, or form because of the loss and how they lost, it just makes it really difficult. And you look at this stretch of time now, and this should be the point in the schedule where the Jets say, okay, this is the easy part of the schedule. We can rack up a couple of wins and we can build some momentum. But unfortunately, and again, I said this on postgame too, you look at the other teams and they're looking at the Jets the exact same way. So, it's very difficult, and especially now with Garrett Wilson going out. I mean, that wide receiver group is going to be really a sight to behold.
They're gonna
when he's, So I don't know. Yeah, listen, it's very difficult, and you can only hope. I mean, Aaron Glenn keeps referencing, which we've criticized him for. He keeps referencing the first year in Detroit, and they started 0-10-1. And I think that they're different situations, and you can't just assume that it's going to be that way because it was. But Jets fans can only hope and pray that it will be, and that ultimately Aaron Glenn is right about it.
And it just feels like they made Justin Fields the guy, right? Like when Aaron Glenn took over, it almost was all around the same time. You just knew that was coming. That was what all the rumors were telling you, that they wanted to target him, bring him in. They wanted to see if they could turn him into the next quarterback that gets a fresh start somewhere and discovers his talent, like some other former Jet quarterbacks have, like Sam Darnold and Geno Smith, but others as well. And with that in mind, as much as fans, and I know you guys talked about it, like it was a surprise, and I think Connor said this on the postgame, he was very surprised that they didn't make the change at halftime when the way they went into halftime suggested maybe they didn't trust their quarterback and they figured we have the ball to start the second half will put out Tyrod Taylor. It does feel like they're married right now with Fields. And they're not Glenn didn't like the question in the postgame. I think it was Brian Costello that asked about it, making a change at quarterback. It just feels like if you're a Jets fan, you think there's going to be change. There probably won't be. They're going to stick with this guy.
No, it doesn't look like there will be. Now, that being said, especially given the heat that the team's gotten this week for the decision-making and Aaron Glenn specifically, if Justin Fields comes back out next week and looks that bad in the first half, I don't see how you can stick with him in the second half, but I didn't see how you could stick with him in the second half in London either. The weird thing to me about this whole situation with Justin Fields, kind of twofold. One, the reason that they not only targeted Fields but kind of have been married to him so far is they talk about how they've built the offense around his skill set in particular. But if you watch them play offensively, they don't do enough to utilize what makes Fields different. They drop him back like a pocket passer way too often rather than design runs or roll him out of the pocket and cut the field in half. So what they say about him doesn't really match up with how they utilize him. And I understand this week against Denver, Denver's a defense that doesn't really let quarterbacks run, but that's kind of besides the point. It's been that way for a lot of the season. And then the second element is I don't understand why you have such a commitment to a guy like Justin Fields, who he was not your first-round pick that you're trying now as a rookie to develop and see what's what. There's enough tape out there to know that there's a pretty good chance this is what Justin Fields is in his third organization. And, he's a guy that certainly is an athletic freak, but a very slow processor, and that hasn't changed. That hasn't looked any different. And so for me, if you're trying to really build a culture here, like Aaron Glenn says he is, and you're trying to change the perception, it doesn't just start with winning games for your fan base, but I think it starts with doing things in the room that make the players that are out there busting their hump every day feel like they have the best option to win under center. And, if that guy is Tyrod Taylor, and nobody's suggesting that this is, Steve Young or Peyton Manning or Tom Brady sitting on the bench, but if Tyrod Taylor gives you the best chance to win, especially in a game like that over the weekend, you got to go to him, in my opinion.
Well, speaking of best option to win, wouldn't that have been Aaron Rodgers?
Yes. On some level, yes, but I can't kill them for that decision. I think at the time there were a lot of reasons why. First of all, financially and cap-wise, it would have been a disaster if they would have brought him back for what they would have had to deal with the next few years. It also felt, though, like there was a ton of friction with Garrett Wilson and Aaron Rodgers. And for me, especially given the fact that Rodgers last year, the numbers looked good, but he didn't play all that well last season. If I'm choosing a quarterback at the end of his career that, may have 1 year left versus one of the best wide receivers that your organization has ever had as a young player, I got to go with Garrett. And, that to me was the number one reason why you move on. So I understood it at the time. But, yeah, certainly you look now and you say, all right, he's got the Steelers right in the playoff hunt. And
it's not even that, Steve. It's just maybe we don't know how cooperative he would have been, but I would figure if he wanted to come back, he'd understand. I think he probably would be helping Glenn right now, right? Experienced quarterback. Glenn's bailiwick certainly is an offense. It's more defense. Maybe he'd be helpful in this situation. We don't know. But you just talked about Garrett Wilson as maybe being the impetus of why they moved on from Rodgers, probably why they're sticking with Fields. You just wonder, does it have anything to do with competition or just I want to make my wide receiver happy, and he's happy with Fields throwing him the football?
Yeah,
or trying to, anyway.
That's a harder question for me to answer, not being in the room.
Sure.
And I don't really, the one thing about Garrett Wilson, he does not strike me as a guy. He's a guy that's very competitive and, clearly was frustrated with the way that game went and voiced his opinions post-game. But he's not one of these, classic diva wide receivers, get me the ball at all costs and throwing people under the bus. I think he's as team-oriented as it gets. But it became clear, and we did a whole thing on this last year on post-game about the differences with Garrett Wilson once Devontae Adams got there, it became clear that Aaron just had no use for Garrett Wilson as the season went on, or little use, less use than he should have. And so, again, for me, it just wasn't a great situation, and I understand why a coach would say, especially one who's clearly as confident in his abilities as Aaron Glenn is, would say, I want a clean slate, I want to start new. But again, in retrospect and right now, if you're just looking solely focused on this season, would the Jets be better right now with Aaron Rodgers over Justin Fields? Yeah, hard to argue that they wouldn't be.
Well, Steve, so proud of you, man. You're killing it on SNY with the football, with the baseball, and I hope one day we'll get to the Gelbsy level. But right now, I'll just say thank you, Steve.
It's a start.
You know what, Donnie? I give that praise right back to you, and you know how much I love you and how much you helped me early on in my career. But I know how badly you've wanted that Devils gig for so long, and how it's a dream come true. So sad to lose you on the Rangers side, but thrilled for you, and keep killing it. And I will tell you one other thing. I know when you guys were introing me, you had talked about Connor McDavid being in town tonight and being around. Quick story as to, I don't know if you want to say my 6-year-old son is brilliant or he's missing the point of this whole thing, but he's a big Rangers fan now. And I said, hey, you want to go to a game? We can go see Connor McDavid on Tuesday night, best player in the world. And he looks at me and he goes, is there any chance that they're playing the worst team in the league anytime soon? And I said, well, yeah, they play the Sharks next Thursday. He's like, yeah, let's go see the Sharks. I said, you want to see them play the Sharks over Connor McDavid? He goes, well, they'll beat the Sharks. They're not beating Connor McDavid.
Because he wants to see a win.
I respect
Good
it.
for him. That's a
fan.
That's a fan.
Yeah, you're developing a little fan
Let's not
right
waste
there.
our time going to a game they might lose, Dad. Let's see a dub.
Yeah.
That's it.
Guaranteed wins. Because you know why? He watches you on TV. He's like, every time I watch you, your team doesn't win. Can we go see some wins?
There you go. I like it.
That's right.
That's a reason why my kids didn't turn into Knick fans, Gelbsy.
Thanks a lot, man.
All right, you got it, guys. Be good.
I wasn't sure he was expecting the Inquisition we gave him, but he's so good, and I wanted to get a chance to talk to him about the Mets and the Jets.
They don't give these jobs to chimps.
No, but he probably thought we were just going to have some fun with the Gelbsy thing, and next thing we know, we're going right
Johnny
down
5.
all in New York sports. Don't miss my point on Rodgers. All right, I'm not saying who cares a couple of more wins? It wouldn't matter in the grand scheme of things. It's just that they were so adamant. And the things that Steve was talking about moving on and the culture, did it have anything to do with that, or just, we're done with this guy?
No.
Get rid of him. He's out. And then we'll bring in somebody else in.
If you didn't believe me, you heard him say it. Aaron Rodgers made it clear to Garrett Wilson, you're not important to me. And for the Jets, they looked at Garrett Wilson as a big part of their future.
Okay.
So which way are you going to go?
All right.
And that's what they decided.
I'm not claiming that he's a diva, but I think Fields didn't get pulled from that game because they didn't want to upset Garrett, and which ended up upsetting anyway because he's yelling at the coach at the end of the second quarter for how things were being handled.
To be clear, what he didn't like was that they
didn't run a play.
The way they handled.
Oh, I loved it. I love the fact he did that.
He was pissed because he's like,
I want leaders to do that.
What are we doing? Why didn't we run a play? He wasn't mad at the quarterback. He was mad at the play calling and how passive they were.
And he had every right to be.
And they wanted in the second half to let's open it up.
But why, real quick, why do we believe that he would think Fields staying in the game is better for him?
Oh, I don't know about that.
Because I would think there's a chance that once these guys play with Tyrod a little bit, they'll go, what, let's keep Tyrod. He'll put the ball where
it might not even be anything that Wilson has said. Maybe just the assumption, well, they played in college together. Well, they got Fields I think they got Fields as a great pivot after what happened with Rodgers to help Garrett Wilson.
Yeah.
Get him to re-sign here and make it work.
Well,
and
God,
they want to try to make it work.
Doesn't that speak everything you need to know about when teams try to bend over backwards for players? You could have spent $10 million to get one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. You guaranteed $30 million to an absolute jabroni. Respectfully.
Can I also?
But he's an absolute jabroni.
But can I also add, no one else wanted to come here. I continue to remind people.
You mean besides the head coach?
I'm talking about the quarterbacks too. This is a toxic wasteland right now. No one in their right mind wants to come to this team and play. But anybody that's good.
Wouldn't that be all the more reason you see if you can make it work with Rodgers again? He seemed willing to do it.
Once again, but there was already more toxic. They were trying to clean out some toxic.
I get it.
You can't get it all clean.
Listen, I'm playing Monday morning quarterback. Obviously, I'm looking back.
All of a sudden, I'm making excuses for a franchise I've been smashing for months.
But I guess the reason I fight, because you're right about everything, all right? I don't want Aaron Rodgers, who's not going to win that many more games anyway, going to be able to hurt my future great wide receiver, who I just signed to a contract, all right? But come on, guys, you know it had nothing to. All it had to do with was we're disgusted by how this thing went down, and we just want to. Woody wanted him gone.
Fresh start.
All right, and I really do believe that it had nothing to do with Aaron Glenn. Whoever was going to coach this team, when they sat down in the interview, Woody said to him, "Listen, whatever happens here, we hire you. Don't. Rodgers is gone."
Yep.
And Glenn probably like, I'm going to get on board with that because I want this job. All right. But your pivot was terrible. Can we at least admit that? You get rid of Aaron Rodgers, who's balling in Pittsburgh, and your pivot was to a guy that can't throw downfield that you have zero trust in.
Correct.
And you knew that nobody wanted to come here.
Yeah.
And you couldn't have a conversation with Rodgers, according to him, and maybe he's lying, fly 3,000 miles away to come visit with you and say, hey, if you're gonna be here, you got to help Wilson. Let's work this out.
Again, I'll go back to what I've been saying about the Jets. The problem continues to be at the very top. There is no real leadership. Right. There's what you're doing is being sensible. What makes sense for us right now so we stay competitive and don't continue to fall deeper into the suck? But they are making committee decisions. And when you do that, you know what you're trying to do? What do you want to do? Because I don't want to upset the apple cart. How do we want to do this? You want to do this? Is that how you want to do it?
That's it.
And that's the problem. Instead of one person, one voice, one way we're doing this so we don't go deeper into the suck. But where are the Jets?
Because it all deteriorated.
You know what it sounds like listening to you both?
Yeah, we need help.
It sounds like you both need better help.
We do need help.
So we'll get right back to this in about 52 seconds, but I need 50 seconds.
We need
better
break. We need this break.
All right, October 10th was World Mental Health Day, and this year we're saying thank you, therapists. BetterHelp therapists work according to a strict code of conduct, fully licensed in the U.S., and BetterHelp, they do all the work, okay? They do the initial matching for you so you can focus on your therapy goals. You fill out a questionnaire. Super easy. They identify your needs and preferences, and then they have all the experience and industry-leading match fulfillment rate so they get it right the first time. It's that easy. They line you up with someone. You have 30,000 different therapists to choose from, and BetterHelp, of course, is the world's largest online therapy platform. They've served 5 million people globally, and it works. All right, check the ratings out in the App Store. 4.9 out of 5 for a live session based on over 1.7 million client reviews. All right, so this World Mental Health Day, we're celebrating the therapists who've helped millions of people take a step forward. If you're ready to find the right therapist for you, BetterHelp can get you started on that journey. Our listeners get 10% off their first month. Just call pound 250 and say the keyword timeout. That's keyword timeout after calling pound 250. See, Alan, you do that, and maybe you find the right person to talk to about these Jets problem. Because let's be honest, it's not getting better overnight.
Because he's right. Alan's right. I think it all started with that loss in London last year. They come back, Saleh gets fired. I really believe that Saleh got fired because
he was embarrassed.
Woody wanted to show everybody, Rodgers doesn't run this team, I do. Because Rodgers wasn't going to add. Everybody said Rodgers wanted Saleh fired. Rodgers didn't want Saleh fired because he knew the dysfunction it would cause, the chaos it would cause, letting a coach go in the middle of a season. Doesn't add a spark. But Woody's like, no, I run this team, not Aaron Rodgers. And from that day, it almost like Woody was out of the Aaron Rodgers business, and he was going to get rid of the guy no matter what. So I'd love to have a conversation, guys, about, well, Aaron Glenn wanted this, and when they were trying to do that, no. They all took ownership of that narrative, but the real narrative was Woody wanted him gone, and he was gone.
Let's also trace back. What happened to the Jet defense after they fired Saleh and made Ulbrich from D.C. to the head coach,
after
and he was over his head?
A really good defensive coordinator and went right in the toilet.
Yeah. Now, where did Jeff Ulbrich go? He went to Atlanta.
He went to Atlanta. What did Atlanta just do yesterday? He allowed 14 points to the best offense on the planet.
So some guys are really good coordinators, not good head coaches. So this is what you did. You torpedoed your team by making that kind of a move because you had an ego statement to make, and by doing it, the only strength of your team, the defense, went completely into the tank. So that by the time the end of the season came and Aaron Rodgers and his Achilles finally started feeling normal again and his numbers were halfway decent, right? What happened to their defense? Garbage. All because you were embarrassed, your ego got in the way, and you had to clench your fists and scream at your high-pitched voice how mad you were and you weren't going to take it anymore. Congratulations. You played yourself.
Yeah, exactly. And now somebody got into Woody's ear to say, we're gonna preach patience now. See what happens when you got your fat hands involved? Look at the mess we made. Lay out. They gave Glenn the 5-year contract, and I don't think he's going anywhere.
I don't think so either.
Let's go to Jared in Manhattan. You're on ESPN New York. What's up, Jared?
Hey, what's up, Don? Big Devils fan, and just want to say we're pumped to have you on the call. Nice win last night, and loving the signature call at the end there.
You know what? You mentioned it. I want to hear it.
Signature call.
Let's hear it real quick since you talked about it. We'll go right back to you in a second, Jared. Here we go.
5 seconds to go. Centering pass off a skate. Put a pitchfork, and it's one.
Yeah.
Hold on for a 5-3 win. Their first victory of the season.
He did it.
Wow.
He did it.
And I got to do it.
He did it.
And I got to do it last night in Columbus.
I love
Jared,
it.
I'm glad you noticed.
Yeah.
Because I don't like to do that kind of stuff, but I thought, why not at the end of a game, if they win, something that kind of ties to the Devils a little bit, not too crazy.
I love it.
So I asked, they're like, yeah, go ahead, give it a try. And I gave it a try.
You and I talked about this. You were hesitant.
Jared, I talked about it with Alan. I'm like, I don't know. It's not about me.
So glad you
I'm
did
like,
it.
listen, they wanted my personality. So I tried it. People liked it. I did it. So when they win,
stick a fork in.
I'm going to do it.
Yes.
Pitchfork. Now, anybody can stick a fork, but the devil sticks the pitchfork.
Right in there.
I loved it. That sounded great.
Tremendous.
Thank you, Jared.
Don, real quick.
Yes.
Yeah, no, of course. Real quick, and I know it's early, so and we're we had a nice win last night, so I don't want to get too nutty yet, but I think Jack Hughes looks about as bad as I've seen him play, in the last few years. So I was curious if you had any thoughts. And like I said, I know it's early. He's coming off the surgery, but don't really think it's anything to worry about. But I definitely want to see him kind of get right in the next couple of games and just have one of those games where we see what he really is.
Well, I know he hasn't produced point-wise. I mean, he's only got 1 point, doesn't have a goal. But I thought he did a pretty good job last night. I didn't see the final total, but at one point he had 4 shots on goal. He had a really bad giveaway to Marchenko that cost the goal. But he'll get it. You miss that much time coming back from a shoulder injury. They talk about how long these camps are, but you only play a handful of preseason games. I think he's going to be fine. But I'll tell you this right now, he may not be the best player on the team. Nico Hischier's bulked up. He's got 20 extra pounds on him, muscular. He's really coming into his own. Mercer's a fabulous player, and the best player on the team right now might be Jesper Bratt. He might be one of the top 10 players in the league.
Wow.
So, listen, we'll see how it all comes out in the wash. I mean, it's a long season, and we all know how good Jack is and when the stats that he has put up, but there's a lot of other really good players on this team. A lot of good players.
That's a good sign.
Not to mention his brother, too. Luke signed a contract, looked good after not having a camp. So, a lot to get into, especially talk about it Tuesday. It's coming up next.
Yeah, but you know what? Every aspect of your business, everybody, and this is something the Jets might want to consider. From the most mundane to the most complex, will operate orders of magnitude better and faster when you add artificial intelligence. Can you imagine if the Jets just went with artificial intelligence? Where would they be right now? AI is literally a race to the top. The companies that engage AI first will win. Will that be you, or will it be your competitors? Thrive Managed AI is your advantage over all your competitors. It's founded by tech powerhouses. Thrive partners with you on smart and secure AI strategies for your business, and then they deploy and manage it for you. Imagine AI solutions working across every part of your business, automating support, powering chatbots, analyzing competitors, even managing billing, collections, and orders. Now, that's just a taste of what Thrive Managed AI can help you achieve. It makes your talented team even better by letting them focus on what they do best. The race to the top will be won by those who engage Thrive Managed AI first. That needs to be you. Go to thrivenextgen.com/ESPN and get started with a complimentary strategy consultation. That's thrivenextgen.com/ESPN. thrivenextgen.com/ESPN.
Did you know women account for 2/3 of all Americans living with Alzheimer's and 2/3 of all Alzheimer's family caregivers? Join the Alzheimer's Foundation of America at its Women Empowerment Forum on November 5th in Amityville to learn practical ways women can reduce their risk for Alzheimer's and enhance quality of life for themselves and their loved ones living with Alzheimer's. For more information or to register, visit alzfdn.org or call 866-232-8484.
Dropped right down the chimney by Justin Fields to Garrett Wilson, and the Jets have the lead. Be at MetLife Stadium for the Jets and the Panthers on Sunday, October 19th at 1 p.m., presented by JetBlue. Get to the game early and secure the game giveaway, a JetBlue Jets plane magnet while supplies last. Lock in your seats now at nyjets.com/tickets. Once again, that's nyjets.com/tickets.
Serving contractors, builders, and homeowners in the tri-state area since 1987, Brooklyn Window & Door is New York City's largest stocking dealer of quality Andersen window & doors. The professionals at Brooklyn Window & Door will help solve any of your window replacement needs or applications. Visit Brooklyn Window & Door's award-winning showroom to see the complete Andersen product line, including the 400, 100, A&E series. Andersen, built, backed, and serviced like no other window.
Visit Brooklyn Window & Door at 185 30th Street in Brooklyn or call 718-WINDOWS.
They say a full marathon is the ultimate test. For me, it's more than a race. It's a milestone I once thought impossible. Michelle Smallman here, and I'm running my very first marathon in New York City with the support of Gainbridge and Gainbridge Assists powered by Parity. Together, we're empowering girls and women through sports and education with grants to 32 organizations in 21 states. Every step I take is for the finish line and for the next generation chasing their dreams. Here's to 26.2 miles and a future with no limits.
At AT&T, we guarantee our network so you can talk college football with your BFF while taking Buster to the vet.
Hey, yeah, I can't believe he ate the whole thing of chicken wings.
And I can't believe we're staging a comeback. Touchdown!
Yes!
Yes!
Staying connected matters. That's why in the rare event of a network outage, you'll automatically get a bill credit for a full day's service. For wireless downtime lasting 60 minutes or more caused by a single incident impacting 10 or more towers, must be connected to impacted tower at onset of outage. Restrictions and exclusions apply. See att.com/guarantee for full details.
D'Agostino & Associates is a legacy firm, and I'm proud to be a part of that legacy. I'm Jenna D'Agostino, and like my father, I fight to get justice for the injured.
The hustle and grit of these streets shaped me. I'm John D'Agostino, and from the concrete to the courtroom, I built this injury firm 35 years ago to get accident victims justice. So call my team first, 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-248-3222.
You want justice? Think Jenna D'Agostino. Think D'Agostino & Associates. Justice isn't just a word. For us, it's a way of life. It's having compassion for your struggle and getting you paid for your pain. Now that's justice. D'Agostino & Associates means being there for the injured.
Seriously injured? Call my team first at 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-248-3222. D'Agostino & Associates has offices throughout New York and New Jersey and will come to you. I've been there, and I'll be there for you.
D'Agostino, law, bite back.
Now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Thanks so much, guys. We're going to start off in Jersey. Not so great on the Turnpike Western Spur southbound. 2 broken down tractor trailers between 16W for Route 3 and 15W for 280 in Kearney. Jam there from MetLife Stadium in the Meadowlands. Inbound George still looking good for both the upper and lower decks. Not moving much on the West Side Highway northbound, heading over to the outbound side. Just picked up that crash over by West 96. Was out there for over an hour. Solid slowdowns go back into the 50s. Outbound Lincoln already about 20 to 30 minutes, adding to the delays. A broken down bus on the outbound Helix on the Jersey side. Outbound Hahn will run you close to a half hour. This report is sponsored by the Positive Coaching Alliance. Questions about youth or high school sports? Well, the PCA can help. It's a national nonprofit developing better athletes and better people through youth and high school sports. More info at positivecoach.org. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
FanDuel is getting you ready for kickoff with an offer you won't want to miss. New customers can bet just $5 and get $300 in bonus bets if you win. That's right. Pick a bet $5, and if it wins, you'll unlock $300 in bonus bets to use all across the app. You can build parlays, bet player props, ride the live lines, whatever your style, FanDuel has you covered. The NFL season is finally here. The only question is, are you ready to play? Visit FanDuel.com/Rick to download the FanDuel app today and get started. You can build parlays, bet player props, ride the live lines, whatever your style, FanDuel has you covered. The NFL season is finally here. The only question is, are you ready to play? Must be 21 and older and physically present in New York. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions do apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with a gambling problem, call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY at 467-369.
Whether you're building
building a single roof, or a successful roofing business, roofing contractors like you need the right tools for the job, and software is no exception. Service Titan is on a mission to be the most powerful software platform for the trades, with purpose-built technology proven to maximize revenue, streamline operations, and deliver 5-star customer experiences. We are taking roofing companies like yours to the next level and beyond. Service Titan. We are built for this. See what we can do for roofers at servicetitan.com.
A SoFi personal loan is here to help you achieve something once thought impossible: overcoming high-interest credit card debt. Walk the tightrope of your finances with one low, fixed-rate monthly payment, no fees required, and as soon as the same-day funding. That's right. Pull off your own debt-defying stunt with a SoFi personal loan. Visit SoFi.com/trick to learn more. Loans originated by SoFi Bank, N.A., member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply. NMLS 696891.
Sometimes you just can't take it anymore.
You're done. I'm done.
This is Let's Talk About It Tuesday.
And it's a really this idiot
with Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg. Sponsored by BetterHelp.
Well, yeah, you're right. It is sponsored by BetterHelp.
You don't know that.
Time for Let's Talk About
Why
It
not?
Tuesday.
What's he doing with his mic?
Yeah, what's going on there?
What did
Did you break it again?
I didn't do anything. I just sat a little lower. I'm so jet lagged right now.
You must be.
It's
being on the other side of the planet's a thing.
Is that tough?
I guess right now it's 4 a.m. for me. It's 4:30 a.m. So it's
so one of the
you're looking at least 2 a.m. though, so you're getting there.
Thank you,
Janet, who I work out with at Kickbox.
Yeah,
just got back from Greece.
She lives with Chris,
and she says she's jet lagged. I'm going to tell her.
Hold
stop.
on, no, that's not.
I know a guy that was on the other side of the planet.
Yeah, for 2 seconds.
Greece is around the corner.
Yeah,
you could walk it.
Greece is light.
Greece is the word.
Greece is the word.
No, that's 2 70s references I made in like one little conversation.
Yeah.
Don, no reaction.
Well,
what do
you want me to say?
Stop what he's doing?
Yes.
By the way, real quick, it's all brought to you by BetterHelp. Mental health is health.
What was the other?
And speaking of health,
don't worry about it.
Speaking of health,
why is he mad? Why does everybody get mad on this show?
No, who's everybody?
I just said don't worry about it. I wanted to get to something more important, which is these pumpkin cheesecake cookies.
Who made these?
Alana. She made them.
Oh my God!
Unreal.
But you probably can't hear us because they don't have us at an audible volume out there. But,
really? They don't play our station out at our station?
No, they do. It's just literally you'd have to have like a dog. A dog can hear it. Humans can't hear it. But those
They're
cookies,
really good. My
the
God.
softness. You don't usually have a homemade cookie that's that soft.
It's
and
pumpkin
delicious.
cheesecake.
Yeah.
You know how I feel
unreal.
about cheese. I'm not a cheesecake guy.
No,
you are this though.
This was wonderful.
Ooh,
it was delightful.
It's that good.
Cookie.
So what I want to talk about it, guys, it's something that really isn't getting talked about enough.
All right.
We know that the landscape of college sports has changed dramatically with NIL, right?
Yeah, sure we do.
But did you know
Change everything.
that you can play professional sports and then decide I want to go to college?
What do you mean?
Well, it's happening right now. So the most recent story is Abdullah Ahmed. He's got 6 offers from Division I schools, big ones, like Auburn, BYU, UCLA, like Houston, Louisville. He's 21 years old. He played 2 seasons for the Westchester Knicks in the G League.
Okay.
And then just decided, like,
you know what?
I didn't go to college. I went straight into pro. This already has happened in September. Thierry Darlin, he played in the G League. He signed with Santa Clara, so he's already in. In hockey, it's rampant. 5 teams have done this. The most recent, Merrimack, signed Justin Gill, a 5th-round pick of the Islanders, who played in Bridgeport last season. But because, obviously, it's like, well, he played in Canada. Canadian juniors used to not be eligible to play college hockey. So when you are finished your junior eligibility, you have nowhere to go, so you try to go pro. So he did. He signed pro and played a season, actually 2 seasons, I believe, in the ECHL and the AHL. But because he's, I guess, 21, and now there's rules where the NCAA, which it's no longer, used to be the clearinghouse, now it's the eligibility center, and you can apply for amateur status. And the NCAA is now granting it. And their reasoning is this. They're saying that players are now eligible because when you play like minor league sports, you didn't earn enough money to cover college expenses. So it's one thing if you played like in the NBA and you know, $5 million in your first season, you're not going to be eligible. But because you played like G League or minor league hockey, they're saying that you didn't make enough money to cover your college expenses, so your amateur status is then approved. And so what you're seeing now is an influx. You're starting to see pros who go right out of, whether it's high school or right out of whatever they are, if they aren't satisfied with their first year in playing pro, they now can play college sports. That never used to be allowed.
Well, yeah, of course.
This is the wild, wild west.
It does make sense, though, when you think about it, considering everyone's basically a professional.
But you remember, the old story about baseball was you got drafted. And then you, as a high school player, and you had a choice.
Yeah.
Do I want to go to college like Aaron Judge?
Right.
Or do I want to just go right to pros and start my...
Yeah, you couldn't do both.
You had to pick one. And once you did, that's it. That's it. Over. Now, it's not. So I imagine we're going to see this in baseball coming soon as well. For players who don't want to get stuck in that, single A and low A and have to work your way up. Maybe I'll play college and I'll work my way faster in the pro game. Do we think this is fine? Or do we think this is now where college sports is no longer amateur sports? It really is now fair game to anyone at any time.
Well, guys, you can't be half pregnant. I mean, this is where we are now.
Right.
So how do you not allow it?
That's what they're arguing.
These are the pitfalls, and I was never on board. As much as I thought players were being taken advantage of in college, I was never on board with paying them because I knew that this was all going to happen. And now it's happening.
It's the thread on the sweater.
Now you got small market, big market. Now you have they're professionals, so it's not amateur anymore. And it blows everything up. And everybody looks at football and basketball because those are the sports that everybody pays attention to in college. But how does it affect volleyball teams, or in the case of hockey and baseball that aren't traditionally big around the country college sports, but obviously are affected professionally, right? So as you said, and now the different decisions are being made by it. So
like football's a great example. Think about this. If you're a guy, like, I wonder if there's a way to go back if you leave a school, try to go in the NFL. Maybe you go undrafted. Maybe you just decide I want to sign, see if I can make it, and then you find yourself on a or you get drafted, but you only make a practice. You're a 7th round pick, whatever it is, and you end up on a practice squad. And yeah, they don't make any money at all.
No.
And so you say, well, you know what? Do I really want to be on a practice squad? Let me just go back to school. Right?
Right.
I'll go back to school. I'll get some NIL.
Make a little money.
And I'll probably play more.
Right.
Because it used to be you wanted to, if you went pro, all right, now I'm at least getting paid. If I get hurt, you didn't want to get hurt, so you didn't want to stay in college. Now, like, could we see a scenario where guys will go back from the NFL because they're not making a roster back to their college teams? This is opening the door for all of that.
Let me ask
There's
you
no
this.
minor league in the NFL, but there is the practice squad.
Let me ask you this. You're looking at it from the player's perspective. What about the team's perspective? All right? I'm the Giants. Let's say I kept Tommy DeVito, right? Let's say he's a little bit younger.
Yeah.
Can't play him. He clears waivers on the practice squad. You know what? Go play for Rutgers. You get to play. Get to play in the Big Ten.
I don't know why
you're playing on Saturday.
Yeah.
You're just down the road.
Yeah, let's find you a team.
Let's find you a college that needs a quarterback.
Yep.
Go play for a little bit so you get some reps. Kind of make college football like the G League in the NBA.
I never understood why you couldn't draft a player, sign him, and then say you're not staying in college.
Well, because there was the amateur status, which doesn't exist anymore. So are we in or we out?
That's what I wanted to talk about. Are we at a point now?
Yes.
Where we should instead the lines are blurred so much now that we might as well just connect the college game as a feeder system to the pros, which we know it is, but it can't be a one-way street, and it's clearly not anymore. If you could go back to school, or if you never went, if you went straight from high school in, and you just decide, you know what? Because there is this under 21 rule. So it's not like a guy who's 30 can do this. But if you're under 21, you have 4 years. If you are 21 or older, they're only going to grant you like 2 years eligibility, which is fine. But still,
it's still something.
Going back, does it benefit everybody, including the team that drafts you? But it doesn't exist anymore that once I sign, I'm not allowed to play college. That's gone now.
It's so interesting. It's a great conversation because college still wants to keep that amateur feel to it, right? Dun, 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 with the bands in it. You know what? Stop it. You're a minor league now.
Yep.
All right, your athletes are getting paid. They're transferring left and right.
Yep.
Coaches' contracts aren't worth the paper that they're printed on, right? So it's a free-for-all, and it's business. It's all about money. So you love to keep, Saturday, the cheerleaders with the pom-poms and the alumni sitting there, and everybody's excited.
Don't say student-athletes
You're
anymore.
not a student-athlete. You're not an amateur anymore. You're a professional. Right. And that means also that I should be allowed to criticize you. The whole thing was, don't beat him up. He's just a kid. Well, he's a kid, but he's also making more money than some professionals are.
Yep.
So I guess as a media member of the fans, why can't I kill him?
He's making more money than some professors are.
Right.
Okay?
So
he's making more money to play at that school than the teacher is to teach him. That's what we are. So, yes, it blurs the lines. We're all for it, though. We all agree?
Yes.
Right?
Well, listen, you're
I
in or
have
out.
no issue. Listen, whether I'm for it or against it, it's where we are now. So if you're able to get paid to play college sports, why would I have a problem with being able to go back and play college sports?
So let's not fake it now. What do you got?
It's too far along.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking about, recently, guys, we're heading towards right now. We're with days away from
Halloween.
Yes. But also
NBA season.
Within Halloween, within that week period, we're going to come up on the exact dates of the Back to the Future. The actual date that he went back in time.
1985, yeah.
And the date that he went back. And it's the 40-year anniversary.
And what is the date? Do you know?
I think it's October 28th, and then he ends up back on November 5th, 1955. We looked that up, Alan? Is it November 5th, 1955?
How do we commemorate this?
Well, there's some screenings. I want to try to see it somewhere. It's popping up in the theater a few places.
I believe we did discuss this a while back.
Yeah, that it was coming up.
Yeah, and now it's really but it was a while ago when we did this. I'm trying to find
the actual date.
Yeah,
because it's the end of October when he went in 1985, and then the date that he ends up back is in 1955. This is a great ChatGPT moment.
What date was the Enchantment Under the Sea dance?
That's the date he has to go back.
And what date is that?
Well, if I knew any of these dates.
Well, my point is it's in November.
Yes.
Because I was going to say, why would you have a dance theme that's not a Halloween theme that close to Halloween?
Well, I don't know if any dances. We had homecomings in October, and it's not Halloween themed.
Okay, here we go.
October 25th, 85. November 5th, 55. I was right.
Yeah. No. See, this screen grab has October 26th and
85.
November 12th of 55.
November 12th, 1955.
Yeah, and October 21st, 2015.
And then if you really want to go old school, September 2nd, 1885.
Yeah,
if you're a three kind
I think even they want to forget three.
Honestly, but you remember my hot take, my talk about it Tuesday. As bad as you may have thought 3 was, if you end up being like, you know what, I'm going to throw on Back to the Future 3, it's not as bad as you remember.
It's really not that bad?
It's got Godfather 3 vibes in the sense that everybody wants to destroy it.
And then you watch it, it's a pretty good movie.
It's not bad.
All things
because I guess the hit was they made 2 and 3 simultaneously.
Yes.
Right? Like, so.
There are the dates right there.
Yeah, that's it. October 26, 1985.
Now, why does that see?
So we're coming up on 40 years of that since that actual date.
This is the first and second films.
I'm not saying. So how do I word this? It's not the greatest movie ever, but it might be close to perfect in the sense of the plot.
You know what you're looking at, Alan?
What am I looking at?
He originally went back, I think, on October 25th. Is that at the beginning of 2 the next day? Because he gets back, and then they leave again. And the first date you put in on the flux capacitor, the first thing you type in is that date. Mm-hmm. And I think that may be the day after, which is October 26th. But, Don, for me, if I'm absolutely forced to choose, and I know this is relative to our age, all matters. Nostalgia is important. To me, it's the greatest movie ever made. If I have to choose one movie that gives me all the feels, makes me laugh, makes me think, it has all the things in it, I think Back to the Future has absolutely everything.
It sounds outrageous, but it's not.
No, it's a perfect movie. Name a movie that's...
It gives you the full Jimmy V experience.
That's exactly right.
Make you think, make you laugh, make you cry.
That's exactly right.
That's a full day.
All the feels. What else can you really argue is that perfect a movie?
That everybody gets.
Everybody
gets.
That's
part of it, too. They're better made movies and Academy Award winning movies.
No, they're more serious
This is
movies.
something that, but even comedies, like there's There's
what's better? But what do you mean better?
Like somebody might like, well, the greatest comedy is Some Like It Hot, right? Like, and maybe that's true in awards and all that. But I'm just saying that 40 years later, it's still my kids have watched it. They're going to be 8 years old. Like, so it's generational. It's big. But like Ferris Bueller's Day Off was gigantic, right? And all of those types of 80s movies all hit very well.
Yes.
But this one does seem to take it a step further.
Well, listen, as much as Ferris Bueller has heart, I don't want to say that movie doesn't have heart. It has heart, right?
It does.
But what it doesn't have is it doesn't have that thing that makes you truly feel you're like, oh my God, I'm getting goosebumps. Ferris has great parts. It doesn't have that next gear.
Yeah. Twist and Shout on the parade.
Great scene.
It's a cool scene, but it's not like
it's not the feel.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
I got a lot to say coming up.
Oh, really?
On this and also there is a friend that needs us, and I'm going to mention that when we come back as well.
A friend who needs us.
Hahn and Rosenberg on ESPN New York.
8 years ago, I blew my football career.
He dropped it at the 1 yard line.
Chad Powers has arrived on Hulu.
If I can't play as Russ, I'll play as someone else.
My name's Chad. And last name?
Legit. From executive producers Eli and Peyton Manning.
Remember, you wearing a prosthetic mask? This is acting.
And starring Glenn Powell.
He thinks you're a rubber, you tell him. Not rubber. I'm a man made of flesh.
The Hulu original series, Chad Powers, is now streaming on Hulu and Hulu on Disney Plus for bundle subscribers. Terms apply. New episodes Tuesdays.
Hey, it's Kirk Herbstreit. On game day, great prep makes all the difference. Same goes for your pizza. That's why I go with Frigidaire Stone-Baked Pizza Oven. Fresh pizzas go from dough to done in just 2 minutes.
Whether you're throwing a party or squeezing in dinner between plays, this oven delivers hot, crispy, restaurant-quality pizza right from your kitchen. Only from Frigidaire. Game-ready pizza. Get it today at the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Dropped right down the chimney by Justin Fields to Garrett Wilson, and the Jets have the lead. Be at MetLife Stadium for the Jets and the Panthers on Sunday, October 19th at 1 p.m., presented by JetBlue. Get to the game early and secure the game giveaway, a JetBlue Jets plane magnet while supplies last. Lock in your seats now at nyjets.com/tickets. Once again, that's nyjets.com/tickets.
At Uline, they know firsthand the road to success is an uphill climb. Uline started in the family basement and through hard work is now North America's most trusted shipping and industrial supplier. They get what it means to have the support of reliable, hardworking partners. So they keep 41,000 items ready to ship. Whether your company is still in a basement office or expanding cross-country, Uline will be there on your road to success. Visit uline.com.
Ballybet Sportsbook. Yo, Ballybet stacked for football season. When it comes to sportsbook apps, it's undefeated. Ballybet. Check out that brand new parlay zone. Here's the kickoff. Build your bets and place them right on your phone. What? Live bets, daily boosts, and promos. Increase your odds so you can win more dough. Touchdown! Ballybet's the play. Make game day more fun and download it today. Must be 21 plus, New York only. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY. Ballybet Sportsbook and Casino. Download it.
This college football moment is brought to you by ServPro.
College football teams have moments they recovered from and made it like it never even happened. Like on September 24th, 2016, when Tulsa found themselves down 31-0 to Fresno State. With 10 minutes left in the second quarter, Tulsa fought back to tie the game at 41. And then won 48-41 in double overtime.
ServPro. Like it never even happened.
This college football season, show your school spirit every time you pay. Introducing college-branded Venmo debit cards. Rep your team on and off the field with custom school designs that let everyone know who you root for. Whether you're tailgating, grabbing snacks for the watch party, or celebrating a win, you can unlock 15% cash back at ESPN. 1 free year of Perplexity Pro and more. This college football season, score more with the Venmo debit card. Get yours now in the Venmo app. Learn more at venmo.com/collegecard.
Max cashback varies. Terms apply. The Venmo MasterCard is issued by the Bancorp Bank, N.A.
Knicks fans, opening night is a bounce pass away. Join ESPN New York's Hahn and Rosenberg live from 3 to 6:30 p.m. from Stout on West 33rd between 6th and 7th. Steps from the Garden. Get ready for the start of Knicks basketball.
Runs it off the dribble. He got it and one.
Be there for special guests, live Knicks talk, and opening night vibes before tip-off. We'll see you at Stout on West 33rd. Hahn and Rosenberg live from the Knicks home opener. Don't just listen, don't just watch. Be there.
We'll have the fun part of the segment first, and that is continuing the conversation about Back to the Future.
So this was the jam, Peter.
Oh no, I'm not plugged in.
Brown sugar. This was the jam.
Yeah, Don, this is D'Angelo's first smash.
This is like
Also-
1991, 92?
No.
Was it later?
95.
95. Was it? Are you sure it was 95?
Because this sounds like something that would be in New Jack City, but New Jack City was much earlier.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
By the way, I
it
want to
was
correct
95.
myself. It was
What is
95.
it? 95?
Yeah. They don't give these jobs a chance.
So 30 years ago.
By the way, I was out of college then. Yikes.
You shouldn't know. You shouldn't know any music
So was
once
I.
you're out of college.
I shouldn't have known this.
So was I. I graduated college in 92, and that was because I threw 2 years away. I should have graduated in 90.
Now, I also forgot
I need
about
to
the
know
fact
more
that,
about that story.
Spent too much time at the radio station and not going to class. Worked out.
D'Angelo dropped a third album, by the way, in 2014 that was highly lauded, but there was just a huge gap between Voodoo and that next album. All right, but we were talking Back to the Future, the greatest film ever made.
Like way before you started working, I was at the trailer at Yankee Stadium. Michael left early, and I had to fill time. And I got reprimanded for this, but I did a whole segment, might have been 2 segments, on there's a difference between 80s movies and a movie in the 80s. Like there's 80s movies.
We've talked about this a lot.
Right. So there's, obviously Ferris Bueller's Day Off, 80s movie.
80s movie.
Back to the Future movie in the 80s.
Yeah. See, but that won't fly. Like if
it's not an 80s movie.
If USA,
it's a timeless movie.
If USA had a weekend of movies like 80s movies, they will put Back to the Future in.
Sure.
Because there are a lot of people that mistakenly put it in with the Ferris Bueller's Day Off and
you can understand
Breakfast Club and
but
all
you
that.
can understand why. In the first one, there's a lot of 80s in that in the beginning when it's just Marty McFly as just the kid with his skateboard and his guitar.
But it's set in the 80s, so that's why.
Yeah.
Like Rain Man is not an 80s movie.
No.
It's a movie in the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think part of being an 80s movie,
you know what?
Like Last American Virgin and all that, a list. And that's good because that's coming up tomorrow. I think budget's important. And when you have a big budget and you've got you hire one of the biggest acts at the time, Huey Lewis and the News, to do the soundtrack. You hear the big production of the orchestra music for the movie's background. Yeah. The actors that are – this is a significant movie that cannot just be labeled as an 80s movie.
Yeah, it's well beyond that. Yes, for sure.
Yeah, it's not 16 Candles.
Right, exactly.
Right? Good movies, but they're 80s movies.
No, they incorporated music, but they didn't hire –
Breakfast Club.
The Breakfast Club used Simple Minds. They didn't hire Simple Minds to do the soundtrack. In 1985, Huey Lewis, they were huge. To land them to do those were top 40 songs because of the movie.
Well, yeah. Well, as big as Huey Lewis is, "Power of Love" is his most recognizable song now.
Yes,
it became the most important song of his career.
Yes,
like everyone who's a part of that movie, it became such a huge part. I was reading a clip from Michael J. Fox's book, which I'd like to read. That has to make Don's list at some point.
I've read it.
No, the new one.
Oh, it's a new one.
Yeah, Future Boy.
Oh, wow, I gotta check.
Like kind of about Back to the Future.
I've seen that. I think I want to get that.
So in one of the things I read, the excerpts from the book, was him talking about how he made the decision to start going to Comic-Cons and stuff, because for many years he didn't.
Mm-hmm.
And he didn't kind of realize what it meant.
The importance.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And now I think he really understands that for all the cool things he's done, when you stumble on something like a Back to the Future, we can talk Family Ties, you can talk Spin City. There's lots of cool things he did. Marty McFly is forever. That is if there was a time capsule of what movies were of the last 50 years, I think Marty McFly standing there is
an iconic character.
But I understand at the time fight. Because you always think you can do better.
Yes.
And I don't want to be known as the guy in the vest and being silly. Because he made Casualties of War.
Yeah, he made real stuff.
That's a serious So that he was
By the
trying.
way, it's a great topic. You just came up with a great topic for either a book or a documentary. People, the art of people accepting when they accepted that they were known for that
This
thing
is who you
instead
are.
of fighting it.
This
Yes.
is who people see you as.
It happens in sports too.
Yep.
They're always waiting for the next championship. No, dude. It was the '86 Mets. Like that's who you are.
The guy that jumps to mind.
So what would you call it? Your moment.
Yeah.
Like that's your moment.
The guy that jumps to mind.
Owning your
for that,
moment.
The guy that jumps to mind for that is Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
Jim Carrey wanted to be Robin Williams. Robin Williams was able to make the move from comedy to being a serious actor. And Jim Carrey did, and some of it wasn't bad.
You don't think
now
Jim Carrey fully made it, though? I think
No, because when you see him now, he's goofy again because I think he realized that that's really what works for him.
Well, he's kind of lost it, though.
Yeah, and he's out. But do you realize?
I don't know if I agree. I don't know if I agree with this assessment. His serious stuff is so big.
I agree.
I think
Dude,
bigger bigger than Robin Williams.
Dude, no.
I don't know, man.
He retired. His last movie was the Sonic movie.
Well, these days, I think everyone is just taking a check from those big movies.
No, because you don't go back. Robin Williams didn't have to go back.
Wait, but he did.
Wait.
If we go look, Robin Williams went back?
He definitely did. He did silly stuff towards the end.
And cartoons and kid stuff,
Yeah.
for sure. If we dig in, trust me, he went and got the checks. You just didn't have kids yet and you weren't watching them.
That might be it.
He definitely went back and got them. Now, it's an interesting debate. Who made the transition to serious better? But
I think Robin Williams.
But didn't Robin Williams do
movie,
serious earlier?
Dead Poet Society.
Even
some
before
monster.
but even before
What's
that.
Jim Carrey's biggest serious movie? You can't say Cable Guy because that was a dark comedy.
Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind? It's a giant. That's a hit.
It's not as big as the big Robin Williams.
I mean, Truman Show's big.
Truman Shows was
Truman
heavy.
Show.
That was heavy.
It's on the goofier side.
Oh
too,
my God! The what's his face movie? Man on the Moon?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Oscar nom?
But
hell of a movie.
No, I'm not saying it's not a hell of a movie.
But anyways, we're changing the subject a bit.
But he's also playing a comedian.
True, but
we're off topic now.
We
got to veer back.
Yeah, we got to veer back.
For Michael J. Fox, so at some point he realized and accepted, I'm a part of one of the most special things ever. And I think all of them. I think the rest of the cast kind of eventually all accepted, like, oh, we were a part of the thing.
You're Biff.
You're Biff. And by the way,
Biff.
That guy's done other good stuff.
Yeah, but
he's
own
Biff.
Biff. All right.
We got some serious news here. I got to know Nick Mangold when we did the Jets, and he's a gem.
Yeah.
He's a great guy.
Yeah, he's awesome.
And he's made his home here in the New York metropolitan area in New Jersey, and he needs us. He just sent out on social media a statement that says, to my New York Jets and Ohio State Buckeye communities, this isn't an easy message to share, but I want to be open about what's been happening with me and my health. In 2006, I was diagnosed with a genetic defect that has led to chronic kidney disease. After a rough summer, I'm undergoing dialysis as we look for a kidney transplant. I always knew this day would come, but I thought I would have more time. Unfortunately, I do not have any family available to donate at this time, so this is why I'm reaching out to you, our New York Jets and Ohio State communities. I am in need of a kidney donor with type O blood. If you are willing to find out if you could be a match and donate a kidney to me, please go to this site, columbussurgery.org/kidney-transplant. So you can find this on social media, but that's the website. And click the link to indicate I want to donate my kidney. Use my full name, Nicholas Mangold. And his birthday, January 13th, 1984. So he's only 41 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Man. I am deeply grateful to anyone that would consider donating. I'm going to retweet this, so if anybody wants to be able to find it on social media and get involved in it, please do. He also says, most of all, I'm thankful for my family who have been my rock every step of the way. This situation has reminded me how lucky I am to have such an amazing family, friends, and community behind me. Well, this has been a rough stretch. I'm staying positive and focused on the path ahead. I'm looking forward to better days and getting back to full strength soon. I will see you all at MetLife Stadium and the Shoe very soon. With gratitude, Nick Mangold. So I wanted to get that out because he's such a good guy, such a fun guy. And
awesome, dude.
He's a great player, Hall of Fame caliber center that the Jets had. So
what was the website again?
The website is columbussurgery.org. So that's COLUMBIA, Columbia Surgery. columbiasurgery.org/kidney-transplant. So Columbia Surgery, not Columbus. I got confused because of the Columbus where he played college. But I retweeted it. You can find it. I'm already looking at responses. People very much interested in donating this. So hopefully if you get a donor, that would be amazing. But way too young to have to be going through this. So.
Yeah, hopefully this will help, and maybe there's a like you said, a Jets fan or a Buckeye fan who takes a look and finds a match. Now, all right, we have a big 5 o'clock hour to get to, Don. First and foremost, though, I have a message from FanDuel. All right, they have an amazing offer you don't want to miss. New customers can bet just $5 and get $300 in bonus bets if you win. You pick a bet, you bet $5, and if it wins, you unlock $300 in bonus bets to use all across the app. You can build parlays, bet player props, ride the live lines. Whatever your style, FanDuel has you covered. Visit FanDuel.com/Peter to download the FanDuel app today and get started. 21 and over and physically present in New York. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued is non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with a gambling problem, call 877-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY at 467-369.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. That's Cars with a K to donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's carsforkids.org.
And now it's time for traffic. Here's Brandy Scott.
Thanks so much, guys. It's a slow crawl at the Triborough Bridge heading into the Bronx, all because of a crash on the eastbound Bruckner, right lane out by the Bronx River Parkway. Bumper to bumper on the Queens and Manhattan legs. Just a packed ride on the LA eastbound heading into Nassau County. Long line of brake lights approaching Jericho Turnpike from the BQE on through. Pockets of slowdowns on the West Side Highway northbound heading over to the outbound George from the 50s. We had that earlier crash over by West 96. Inbound George still free and clear for both the upper and lower decks. Outbound Lincoln already about 15 to 20 minutes. They picked up that broken down bus on the outbound Helix on the Jersey side. Outbound Helena running close to a half hour. This report is sponsored by the New York City Department of Transportation. Speeding ruins lives. Drivers, watch out for pedestrians and cyclists and slow your turns to less than 5 miles an hour. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
Paying extra for tire care is BS. You know, bad service. So at Midas, we're rolling out our BS-free tire guarantee, included with paid installation and tax on every purchase. You'll pay nothing for flat replacements, nada for flat repairs, and zilch for tire rotations every 5,000 miles. That's $0 for all that. So with this limited lifetime tire guarantee, you'll pay a whole lot of nothing compared to what the other guys charge for tire care. That's the BS-free tire guarantee, only at Midas.
Coach Saban here. On the field or on your walls, coverage matters. That's why I go with Behr Marquee Interior Paint and Primer from the Home Depot.
Exceptional hide, advanced stain blocking, and over 1,000 colors to choose from. Behr Marquee delivers one-coat coverage that stands up to real life. One-coat coverage, no overtime. Behr Marquee, only at the Home Depot. How doers get more done. Valid only when tinted to colors from the Behr Marquee Interior One-Coat Hide Collection.
880 ESPN, WHSQ, and WCBS-FM HD2, New York. A Good Karma Brands radio station.
Game Time is brought to you by Tullamore Irish Whiskey, because when it's game time, guys.
It's time! I like when he holds it.
We also talked about, while you were gone, I never noticed how much that sounds like Fred Flintstone.
That's Wilma.
Which one?
What he just played?
That one. Yeah.
It's time!
It really does.
That's Wilma.
Yeah, where?
That's definitely a Wilma. Exactly the same.
And I wasn't even going for that.
No, that really is that.
Nailed it.
Interesting. The Rangers host the Oilers with coverage immediately following us on 880 at 6:30. Gelb's son does not want to go because he thinks the Rangers might lose.
Wow.
NLCS Game 2 coverage is on 1050 at 7:30, and we'll be on 880 following Ranger coverage. Tullamore Dew, the original triple distilled, triple blended, and triple cast matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the new Tullamore Dew Honey during today's action. Glasses up to enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly. I want to hear from Yankee fans, and we'll start with Alan because he's our resident Yankee fan here, at least the one on the air. Anthony is also a Yankee fan, and we can get his opinion, too, if you like, on this. Is how do you feeling about the Blue Jays being down 2-0? Now, the old adage for me was that if you knocked me out, I feel better about myself if you go ahead and win the championship. All right, nobody could beat you. I couldn't beat you, but nobody else could either. Mm-hmm. So you lost to Toronto. That stinks. You hate the Blue Jays, but if Blue Jays beat the Mariners, Blue Jays beat the Dodgers or Brewers and win the World Series, hey, we were just a long line of people that couldn't beat the Blue Jays. But if the Blue Jays lose to Seattle, you're kicking yourself going, well, how did Seattle do what we couldn't do?
Mm-hmm.
And we could have beat Seattle. So,
well, you think so, but I don't know. I would not rooting in the sense of being happy that the Blue Jays won, but I think it would make my team look better if the Blue Jays won. I think it makes the Yankees look bad that the Blue Jays have lost 2 games at home, that the Mariners have been able to bash Blue Jay pitching. The guys you couldn't touch are getting pitching batting practice in the first 2 games of this series. Literally. I'd be red hot if I were a Yankee fan. Like, how come I can't? Why is Seattle doing it and we couldn't do it? Now, some people are so disgusted by Toronto and how they danced on your grave that you want to see them lose, and I get that. But I don't have a dog in the fight. Alan does. How do you feel from a Yankees perspective that the Blue Jays are down 0-2 after losing 2 games at home? Not great. No, not great at all. Like, again, am I a fraud because I have purposely avoided this series? I haven't checked a score. I haven't watched a highlight. I haven't turned the game on if it was available to me to watch because I can't. Like, I don't have it. It's like it's almost like a nauseating feeling because of the way the season ended for the Yankees. I don't want to see the Blue Jays do well, but conversely, like you just said, seeing them getting just absolutely boat raced in the first 2 games is not a good look either, because now it really makes you question things about the Yankees.
Right.
But the one thing I do come back on again, Savage got smacked around, and we were told by his arm angle. It's as if he created some new style of pitching.
You get a hit against him in 5 1/3.
And instead, he's given up 5 runs. I had a feeling Toronto looked at the series with the Yankees as their World Series.
Mm-hmm.
That was their coming-of-age moment. That you could tell it was personal. I tried to tell when we talked about that series going into this. What was I saying? They got to watch out. This Toronto, they wanted the Yankees. They're preparing for them, and you saw they were unbelievably prepared for everything the Yankees had for them pitching-wise, especially starting pitching. Every single starter smacked them around, right? And they go into this series with Seattle, and that's when you just kind of saw a team that went into a series scrambling to prepare because they didn't have a whole week off. So I just feel like they were ready for the Yankees. The Yankees were not ready for them. They got ambushed. They got jumped in Toronto. And that series was over in a blink. Now that they're in a real series, you're seeing they're not as good as the Yankees seem to make them look when they matched up. And some teams just have your number. Some teams just own you, whatever it is. But it frustrates me even more. But I am really caught in that in-between of I don't want to watch because I did not want to see Toronto thrive. But I also don't know if I like the fact that they're not thriving because it makes that loss look even worse.
I don't know how it doesn't. Now, but I get the other side of it. You hate this team and you don't want to see them win. You probably have no feeling about Seattle.
None.
If you did, that was 20-something years ago.
None, 0.
And I know you got the Cal Raleigh.
Yeah, it's over. The votes are in.
The votes are in. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
It's not going to make a difference. But I would think you'd be rooting for the Mariners, but it doesn't make the Yankees look good. It doesn't.
No.
So I still think Seattle can lose this series. I think Toronto maybe feels good about just going home. The other series, great game last night, 2-1. Boy, the Dodgers figure it out, man. Like, they have no bullpen, and yet they find a way.
Mm-hmm.
They talk about fundamentals. That bases loaded double play. You don't see stuff like that. That was just, imagine if the Yankees had done that. We'd be eviscerating how dumb they are. I don't know how the Dodgers survive these things. It just shows you how talented they are. But, boy, the Brewers just such a good – they won all 6 meetings with the Dodgers during the regular season, and now they've lost home field advantage and up against it tonight, not wanting to be in the same boat as the Blue Jays if they lose tonight. Crazy. Postseason baseball, man.
Again, Dodgers got to feel like the favorite still overall out of everybody.
I really thought it was the Brewers, but the Cubs tested them. So they went the distance. Dodgers.
And what have you
Dodgers
always said,
really
though?
been tested?
But what have you said this about the Blue Jays, and it's sort of coming to fruition here.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you have said this about the Brewers. You can be that team that's just good every year, but when they get to the playoffs, like they don't have the experience of success that makes you believe in them. They gotta show you something. They gotta prove it.
Yeah, it's been forever.
They haven't won in forever.
I mean,
right? That's a real thing. So when they get to this point, now this is the Final Four now. You get to this point, I do think experience usually wins out.
It is kind of cool that we have, with the exception of the Dodgers, who are defending World Series champions. So you have that.
And
I think,
monster.
And I think that adds the element of the evil empire. You hate them, you want them to lose kind of deal. Brewers have never won a World Series. Haven't been to a World Series since '82. Okay, that's a long time ago, man. And then you've got the Blue Jays haven't won since '93. Haven't been to the World Series since then. And the Mariners, the only team in baseball not to even make it to the World Series. Right? This is the first time since 2001 they've made it this far.
Yeah.
And then they lost to the Yankees, that team that won 116 games back in 2001. So you do have some new faces, and it does look like you'll have some interesting stories, at least coming out of the American League. But I was hoping to get Brewers and Mariners just because somebody's going to win their first World Series. That'd be kind of cool, right?
Which is cool, yeah.
And also have teams in the World Series that one never been there, one has only once, and that was back in 1982. But the Dodgers, I still feel like when it's all said and done,
they just
have win it again.
They have the star power, they have the experience, they have so much depth. They figure it out like it's all there for them.
Is Ohtani Judge? Take a look at his postseason numbers. Now, last year he hurt his shoulder in the World Series. I get that, but not great.
I never checked
Two of the greatest. Punch up his numbers because I haven't looked at them, but just seeing him in he never played in the postseason with the Angels. So the last couple of years with the Dodgers, he got hurt in the World Series. But without even looking at him for me, what are his postseason numbers?
All right, so this is only 2 years of postseason form, so it's not like he's got the same amount of games.
No,
nowhere near
Judge has got like 100.
Yeah,
right?
so I can't give you home runs and RBI. I got to give you the batting average, everything else. I'm going to give you an over/under batting average of 201.
Oh no, I think it's over 201.
200.
Really?
Yeah. His slugging, 378.
Oh man.
OPS is 723, which is like Volpe numbers.
Now 23 games, but
he hasn't played a ton of games now. He's walked a ton. He's walked 19 walks.
And Judge has walked a ton too.
Yeah, and 34 strikeouts though. So 34 strikeouts in 111 plate appearances.
When did he hurt his shoulder
at-bats
in the World Series? Was it like game 2?
Yes, that sounds about right. The slide into second base, right?
Yeah.
That was no, that might have been game 3.
It was that late?
I thought it was the Yankees. Was that a Yankee Stadium or was that the end of game 2 in Dodger Stadium?
It was game 2.
Yeah, it was game 2.
It was game 2. Okay.
So the rest of game 2, 3, and 4. So it's not like you can use the shoulder as an excuse for anything but the last 2 playoff games last year. So again, not the sample size of Judge, but again, another example, whether you want to throw Barry Bonds, whether you want to throw Greg Maddux, of a surefire Hall of Fame player that just can't come close to duplicating those numbers in the postseason. It's crazy.
Against the Mets. In that series against the Mets. He had 2 home runs.
Right.
Right. 8 hits in the 6 games.
That's good.
Yeah.
But that's it.
Usually the numbers come up once you highlight everything, and so they give you the whole series, but it's not going to do that for me. So
no, listen, he's hitting 200 in 23 games. Crazy.
Yeah.
1-800-919-3776. Chris in Barnegat, you're on ESPN New York. What's up, Chris?
Hey, guys. So I think it's a really interesting question, Don, about the Yankees and how I'm supposed to feel. I think if it's not a division opponent, I think it's an easy decision. I think you don't care. You want them to go win the World Series and sweep every series after that. But since it's a division opponent, I kind of want them to struggle. Also, on top of that, I think in an interesting way, I kind of want the Blue Jays to get destroyed as well, because that means that Brian Cashman could look at it and be like, oh, we're not as close as we think we are. We need to make a lot of adjustments and a lot of improvements. I think that's what I feel, but it's a very tough question.
God bless you, Chris. It doesn't seem like Cashman is motivated by that, right? Look at you kicked the ball around in the World Series last year, and it took you to the trade deadline to finally improve the defense at third base. You're still kicking around for most of the season. I wonder if he's influenced like that.
But what he's doing is that's what you would think a thoughtful general manager would do that. Like, you got to assess everything. You look, well, all right, how did it end for us last year? What did it look like? And you can't just say, oh, that's not who we are. No, that's who you were all year. And it showed up at the worst possible time. So you want to fix that. Usually you go into an offseason and say, hey, what do we have to address? What are the areas of concern for us? Instead it was, can we re-sign Soto? If we don't, what's our pivot? Our pivot is depth. We needed more depth. That was the pivot. It wasn't to really – they did, like you said, they didn't really address the problems, because what happened was you started the season off and it was all torpedo bats and great offense, and it didn't have that – the ugly head didn't rear itself until June. Then you started seeing, there we are again, and that's when he was forced to say, we got to upgrade the defense, we got to get more athletic, we got to get faster, whatever it was. And then the bullpen, which are all the things. It took him that long to address it, and that's where I just wonder, his assessment of the team rarely feels like it's something that he takes the macro view. Instead, he just looks at numbers, and he pretends that the numbers tell me that's not who we are. When in fact, your eyes tell you, right? Herm Edwards always says, listen with your eyes. You just look at the team, and you'll get all the answers you need.
And I feel like Cashman would be stubborn with the Blue Jays too, because it's not really about the defense. The thing that Toronto does, the Yankees don't do, bat on ball.
Yep.
Right? They don't strike out. Put the ball in play.
Yep.
Yankees don't believe in that. And if the Blue Jays go on to lose this series, you know how many times the Blue Jays have struck out in the first two games of this series?
Well, I can tell you.
9 times. All right? So Cashman will go, oh, they didn't strike out against the Mariners, and look, they still lost. It's tough to get some, but it's almost
Springer
like
and Varsho are the only ones that have struck out twice.
I don't want to make light of this, but I do think it's at this level. It's like trying to convince somebody to not believe in God if they believe in God. They are totally in.
It's a good way of putting it. It's convincing someone of a religious belief. You can't convince them with empirical data. It's God. They were taught it by their parents. This is who they are. They don't care that they lose every year. This is what they believe.
Now but they believe they've got the data to back it up. I guess that's the difference.
So wins isn't included. Winning the championship isn't included.
No, because it's all. But this is where the God element comes in. It's the numbers you want to believe forwards your theory. Like, hey, I could tell you. Listen, the Blue Jays didn't strike out in the Yankee series. That's why they beat you. Cashman will counter and go, oh, but they didn't strike out in the Mariners series and they lost. They'll always find a number that convinces them that they're ultimately right.
Well, you can make the numbers speak any language you want them to make by the way you use them. But, I mean, they don't strike out a ton, but they have more strikeouts than they do hits in the series so far.
Well, that's the problem because they're getting shut down.
So they're not, they are drawing walks, but they're not making contact, getting on the base paths and creating the chaos is what their strength is. And that's, again, the Yankee pitching was not prepared for them. Clearly was not prepared for them.
Let's go to Dove. He's up in Boston. You're on ESPN.
Hey,
What's up, Dove?
What's going on, guys? Formerly Dove in Huntington, but now I'm up in Boston.
Oh, what led to the move? You're not on the run, are you?
Oh, no. They know where I am.
Okay, good.
No,
Who are they, by the way?
Oh, no. This doesn't matter. A little bit of work transition, though.
Well,
but
good luck, man.
Good stuff. Thank you. Wanted to call. First of all, prayers out to Nick Mangold. I mean, he's one of my favorite players from my youth growing up, and Godspeed. I hope he finds a donor and gets healthy as quickly as possible. Secondly, Peter, before I talk about this movie conversation, I have to check. A few weeks ago, you promised me that you would watch Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. I have to hold you accountable. Did that get done?
Nearly 50 hours of flights over the last week.
No, it didn't happen.
You couldn't carve an hour and 37 minutes.
I didn't remember in that context to do it. I was going to watch it at home with my wife.
It's not going to happen, though.
I promise it will happen. I pulled it up. I will tell you this, though. It made it to the search function on my Roku. There it is. Oh, I can watch it on that? Okay, cool. Didn't happen. It will happen.
You know what? I appreciate that you came to the table. You took ownership of it.
I'm here. I'm ready. I'm ready.
So, secondly, in terms of this idea of greatest movie or the feels that you can get,
sure.
I would offer you Forrest Gump. That would be one that I would throw into the conversation in terms of perfect movies that give you the feels.
I'll push back on this, though. And I love Forrest Gump. It certainly gives the feels. Perfect, though, it's very long, and it gets very sad.
Very sad.
Like it ends with you in kind of a terrible mood. Like Back to the Future hits all the feels, and you're happy at the end. Forrest Gump, the journey on the way out is tough.
No, well, the ending, though, is very sweet. I mean, him with his son tilting his head. That's
terrific. Bittersweet. But the death of Jenny is tough. That whole part is
close. But it's close. But it's not.
It's also 3 hours.
It doesn't
feels like
it does get buried in the sense of the imitation of Tom Hanks as Forrest Gump. But how my kids watch this show a little too. I think Maya's way too young, but
Forrest Gump is only 2 hours and 22 minutes. Doesn't it feel
feels longer?
Feels like it has an intermission.
Henry Danger.
Okay. Oh yeah. Oh god.
Okay.
Oh my god. They made like a million episodes.
It was on. You see the kids' age. It's incredible. Like it started in 2014, went to like 21 or something like that, and the kids watch it on a loop. They had a scene where because it's a superhero and one of the kids is a sidekick, becomes a sidekick. That there's a bad guy that can go back in time, and he makes a time machine, and there's a reference and Doc and comes that happens all the time. It always gets referenced in movies, in television. Everybody in the world has seen this. Everybody enjoys it. Not everybody loves Forrest Gump.
No, Forrest
Gump is a little hokey. It's not the same as
Even though I love Forrest Gump, it's good. It's great. But, it's just
interesting enough, both movies do have a bit of an American timeline to them.
Yes, they do.
Right?
Yeah.
Some nostalgia and all that stuff. It's very similar in that way, but yeah.
But Forrest Gump is, oddly sillier. It's overacted. His character's overacted. Bubba's overacted. Lieutenant Dan's a bit much. It's a lot. It's great. It's great.
But you do find people that think it is a bit much overall and not as beloved.
I have never heard, the worst I've ever heard about Back to the Future is I love that movie. I don't think I've heard less than
you might hear somebody like, I'm tired of it because I've seen it 500 times.
But I never heard that. I'm sure there are people who feel that way, but I never even hear that. Who gets I don't think people even get tired of it. It's just, it's eternal.
No one thinks a thing of the high school boy hanging out with the old crazy professor and the big.
You know what I mean?
Like no one thinks that. Come on, Doc, love him. It's just very bizarre.
Speaking about age,
character.
Christopher Lloyd was what, 40?
He was 7.
Yeah, I know. But he definitely played the part well. But like that's a lot of overacting. That was a lot of that's a lot of extra in that movie too.
But
the dad,
also
the father, when it's Stella, hit one of these damn kids again, right? That's a very cliche character he was playing.
Yes,
there's a lot of that going on.
It's not. Forrest Gump is
everything worked out great. He comes back in time, and now he's got a nice car, and his dad's now suddenly very successful. But
that's what the whole movie is. That's what the movie is.
I understand that,
but what I'm saying is the character Forrest Gump is a silly cliche. The character, when you think of Tom Hanks' greatest performances, it's one of the most iconic. It's not one of the greatest.
The funny thing about it, and I guess it shows the level of actor. God love Michael J. Fox. He's not Tom Hanks.
No.
Because Tom Hanks doesn't have to wear Forrest Gump. It is an unbelievably huge movie. You can think of other characters he's played.
Well, that's Tom Hanks.
Because he's Tom Hanks.
Right.
Michael J. Fox, He was in a lot of things, but that's the first one that you're going to think of.
But
that's
every
a true
movie he
ensemble
makes,
movie.
every movie he makes, though, he's not the same guy.
Who? Michael J. Fox?
Yeah, he's the same guy.
You
got to admit, he's the same guy.
Is he the same guy in Casualties of War?
He's always the good guy.
He's squeaky clean.
Did you see Casualties of War?
You're going to tell me that you don't see Alex P. Keaton in every time. Doc Hollywood, like it's always Alex P. Keaton, just a different version.
I don't even think Marty McFly is a lot like Alex P. Keaton.
Not.
No,
you know what I mean. I don't.
He's
mean
a likable guy. He's a good guy.
Not the yuppie.
I
Alex
don't
P.
think.
Keaton.
Right,
but the kid.
It would be hard for Tom Hanks. He never played the bad guy. He could never play the punk. He could never play the bully. Tom Hanks at least played the colonel in the Elvis movie, so that came off as a bad guy.
That's because Tom Hanks had the advantage and good fortune of having a 40-year career. If you look at who Tom Hanks was in the period that Michael J. Fox was being Michael J. Fox,
oh yeah,
Tom Hanks was Tom Hanks.
Yeah, he was
Bachelor Party.
But
you're 25 to 30.
We're being unfair. There's only maybe 4 other actors we can throw out that even compares to Tom Hanks, right? Like De Niro, Pacino, the greats.
In fact, I would say it speaks to Back to the Future's greatness, that it's truly an ensemble movie of just a bunch of great, no one's a huge megastar in it. Michael J. Fox is the biggest star, but really it's just a bunch of really good actors.
1-800-919-3776. We got ENN coming up at 6 o'clock. Rangers hockey at 6:30 on ESPN New York.
All right, and I want to talk to you guys about BetterHelp for a moment, if you will, all right? Now, World Mental Health Day, we just had it, and we want to say thank you to therapists, man. BetterHelp therapists work according to a strict code of conduct. They're fully licensed in the U.S., and you know what BetterHelp does, all right? BetterHelp, frankly, is just an amazing way for you to find therapy, because one of the hardest things, one of the reasons that I see that people don't take up therapy is they just don't think they have time. I don't want to go to someone's office. How do I meet someone? It's embarrassing. All of that is taken care of by BetterHelp. The time management, because you can do it from absolutely anywhere. The fear of being seen in a therapist's office, as old school and dated as that may sound, I know some people feel that way, that's taken care of because it's all online. Plus, they've served 5 million people globally, and they have a rating of 4.9 out of 5 in their client reviews, of which there's almost 2 million. All right? So let's celebrate the therapists who've helped millions of people take a step forward. If you're ready to find the right therapist for you, BetterHelp can help you start that journey. Our listeners get 10% off their first month. Call pound 250 and say the keyword timeout. That's keyword timeout after calling pound 250.
In the city that never sleeps and never stops talking sports, ESPN New York is always on. Now you can live and breathe everything New York sports wherever you are. On your radio dial, on the ESPN New York app, and streaming live on YouTube. However you watch or listen, ESPN New York is always on for you. Hear us, stream us, watch us. This is ESPN New York.
Getting the right mattress helps you sleep at night. Getting the right price helps you sleep even better. At PC Richard & Son, they don't just sell you a mattress. Their experts use a 4-step fitting process to make sure your new bed fits you perfectly. The right fit, the right price, plus free delivery. It's what they do, only at PC Richard & Son. Free delivery on mattresses $199 and up. Excludes Manhattan. See stores for details.
Dropped right down the chimney by Justin Fields to Garrett Wilson, and the Jets have the lead. Be at MetLife Stadium for the Jets and the Panthers on Sunday, October 19th at 1 p.m., presented by JetBlue. Get to the game early and secure the game giveaway, a JetBlue Jets plane magnet while supplies last. Lock in your seats now at nyjets.com/tickets. Once again, that's nyjets.com/tickets.
And now it's time for traffic. Here's Brandy Scott.
Thanks, guys. Slow crawl on the Whitestone Expressway southbound in Queens. A crash in the left lane by Northern Boulevard, starting to back you up onto the span of the Whitestone Bridge. Northbound packed with everybody stopping to take a look. Delays go back onto the northbound Van Wyck from the LIE. Belt westbound in pretty good shape heading through Brooklyn. No big issues approaching the Verrazano. Cross Bronx westbound slammed heading over to the outbound George from the Bronx River Parkway through to underneath the apartments. Inbound side, still no big issues for both the upper and lower decks. Outbound Lincoln already about 10 to 15 minutes. Outbound Holland 20 to 30. Bumper to bumper on Route 4 westbound in Jersey. A crash by River Road in Hackensack. Delays go back into Teaneck. This report is sponsored by the New York City Department of Transportation. Speeding ruins lives. Drivers, watch out for pedestrians and cyclists and slow your turns to less than 5 miles an hour. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
Hey, it's Alan Hahn. Let me tell you about my friends at Bath Fitter. They remodeled the bath by my pool. They converted a tub into a shower. The result is amazing. Bath Fitter offers all types of custom bath renovations, including their unique PermaFit solution for a watertight fit. It's done in one day, easy to clean, and durable with no demo or mess, and it costs less than a standard replacement. Plus, a lifetime guarantee. Right now, you get no money down, no payments or interest until 2027. So start designing your bath today at bathfitter.com. There's only one Bath Fitter.
At Uline, the prevailing opinion is, if you don't live it, you don't believe it. The people at Uline believe in hard work, and they live it by being there 24/7 to answer your call, having 41,000 items in stock, and offering same-day shipping from 12 locations across North America. Business owners, sellers, buyers, shippers, and packers believe it. Uline is the hard-working, dependable source for your shipping and industrial supplies. Visit uline.com.
Hey, fans! Welcome back to Fansville's Cheers and Tears. Oh. Okay, so like everybody deals with losing, right? To a rival on a last-second field goal. Whatever, it's fine. I'm totally fine. But I cope with losing with an ice-cold Dr. Pepper. Those 23 flavors are like so delicious. They totally wash away the pain of your college football team taking a big fat L. College football, it's a pepper thing.
They say a full marathon is the ultimate test. For me, it's more than a race. It's a milestone I once thought impossible. Michelle Smallman here, and I'm running my very first marathon in New York City with the support of Gainbridge and Gainbridge Assists powered by Parity. Together, we're empowering girls and women through sports and education, with grants to 32 organizations in 21 states. Every step I take is for the finish line and for the next generation chasing their dreams. Here's to 26.2 miles and a future with no limits.
It's that kind of mood, that kind of day. Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg with you till 6:30.
This is baby making music.
Got to turn out those lights. It's making baby time on Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg. Don't shut them off all the way, baby. Just keep them up a little bit. I want to see what I'm doing. I want to see where I'm going. I want to get this right because I love you.
You don't know this song either, do you, Don?
No, but he's vibing though. Yeah, he's vibing.
I went down the road. It was a thing.
It's another one.
I had to know the history to vibe off it?
Well, it's funny because I didn't know which D'Angelo song it was going to be. There's so many it could have been. I thought it was going to be something actually sexier than that. I thought it was going to be Feels Like Making Love.
No, I'm going to end it with How Does It Feel, you know.
Yeah. Or How Does It Feel is the ultimate in sex appeal.
Okay. Well, you got that to look forward to, which is nice. Let's go to Steve in the car. You're on ESPN New York.
Speaking of sexy,
what's up, Steve?
Hey,
Sexy Steve.
Hey guys, I hope you can hear me because my headphones are half dying. I just wanted to say that the perfect movie ever is My Cousin Vinny, because there isn't one wasted second of writing in that entire movie.
You know, he might not.
It's a good movie. Wrong. It's not Back to the Future.
It is iconic, though.
Come on, man.
Great
but
movie.
I can't put it with. Go ahead.
But hold on, right? Like even points of the movie that you probably forgot about, like the fight he gets into with the guy, like the random guy who stiffs his girlfriend. Even that teaches you about his character and how he's able to see through people's BS and understand what's going on. Every single second of that movie informs the rest of the movie.
The line, I could use a good ass kicking. like it's one of the best lines ever.
It's a great movie.
No, it is. It's great. Listen, I just think it's more of a compliment to Back to the Future that My Cousin Vinny's not there, but
right. But it's still a great.
It is. There are other movies that have all the feels. But someone's got to be number one. But My Cousin Vinny was.
It's a nice.
Pretty iconic.
It's up there. It's a great. It's not making it top of the tops for me, but it's really good.
And I don't know what it is for me. Nothing beats a good courtroom scene at the end of a movie, right? Few Good Men, My Cousin Vinny.
You mocking me? You mocking me?
Done the right way. It's
so good.
Very entertaining.
What's the one with Matthew McConaughey and Sandra Bullock?
Oh, that's not Mississippi Burning.
No, but that's I was going to say that too.
Like that. Damn it!
Come on, man! It's right there. But luckily, I've got IMDb up, and I'll be able to find it.
There you go. He's so quick.
Peter, you're going to lay out?
Which also was very good.
I don't remember the name.
Burning. But it was like, it's that same kind of story.
Yeah, but it's the same kind of story because it's in the South.
Yeah.
But it's
By
not.
the way, Don, I'm sorry, look at the TV. Is Ovi 150 years old?
Yes.
Well, because again,
he was gray when he was 30.
By the way, it looks like, so all day on that TV, it was Bobanovich and now Ovechkin. It's the same person. Oh, my God. Talk about a face only a mother could.
Easy.
Good God, man.
Eastern Europeans, they've been through a lot.
Ovi's lived a charmed life. He's been rich for 20 years.
Yes.
You know?
Time to kill.
Time to kill.
Time to kill.
That was, by the way, intense movie.
You should see it. You haven't seen it, Peter?
That's very good.
A Time to Kill I have.
No, it's
been
very
a long time.
But,
Great
but
movie.
is it just me?
You switch vibe of the court scene quite a bit. We started out as my cousin Vinny courtroom.
Well,
I'm just doing Time to Kill courtroom. Very different courtroom.
But still, there's something about a courtroom scene when justice is done, right?
That hits.
That
way more satisfying than real life courtrooms.
Well, I think that's probably why it does. Although I can't honestly say that I've ever been on trial. Let's try to avoid that if we can.
That would help.
Everybody agree with that?
Yeah.
By the way, if you want to see a muff on someone's head,
what?
Excuse me.
Go take a look.
I want to dump that.
No, you don't. No, let me finish this. Let me finish what I'm talking about.
Please do.
Please take a look at the president of Argentina, who's been all over the internet today because he's with Donald Trump. You have never seen a head of hair like what's going on with this guy.
But you just had to find a different word.
The way
what do you mean? That was exactly the right word.
Tight.
I'm just saying somebody took it back. It might have been the right word back, while your dad was writing the speech is for
it's
McGovern.
It's just no longer the right thing to say.
Little Miss Muffet? I'm just saying it's a real head of hair this guy's got.
Listen, in a court of law, to bring it all back, you would be found innocent of saying something filthy.
I didn't mean anything by it.
But the reality is you did.
Okay.
I can't get on board with this, but she's a friend of the show. Tessa and Wes Caldwell, you're on ESPN New York.
Don, what do you mean? Thanks so much for taking my call. What do you mean you can't get on board?
I can't.
What do you mean? My favorite movie?
Yeah, your favorite movie. What is your favorite movie that's got all the feels?
Guys, what's wrong with Lion King, the original? I mean, who has not sang that part when the monkey held Simba up? Come on.
But I'm not.
It's an all-time classic.
I'm not throwing cartoons in the mix.
Right,
I'm sorry.
Peter, tell me you're not going to let Maya watch that when she get a little older. It's a movie that you're going to say, hey, look at this. It came out 20 years ago.
It's an all-time classic.
Every dad does it with his baby.
Yeah.
Every dad. Holds it up.
Every day.
Yes.
Absolutely.
No, it's a great
Don,
it's a great movie, but
Don,
it's
you didn't do it with the twins, hold the baby up like that?
No, of course I did.
Like
Everyone's had the moment.
I got to tell I throw them in the air.
But it's
just one of the great. It's
it
up
is
there.
great.
It's definitely up there.
But the reason I will not include it in this conversation is because cartoons are cheating.
Right, you can do whatever you want.
Because I do think there's something about the acting that sells it. In a cartoon, you could do whatever you want. Because I did see the whole remake where they did the live. It's not great.
Did you ever see it? Well, if you take Marco to the Broadway show,
right?
I went with Zach's school trip.
You saw it, Tessa?
So, yeah, the one on Broadway.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
It was good.
I was a chaperone for Zach's class. It was like 5th grade, whatever. I went with him, sat with him, watched it, got emotional at the end.
Oh, I bet.
Like, it was powerful.
It was good.
Yeah.
But Don is right. Cartoons do cheat. Like, it's just like the way they make their eyes look. And you're like, oh, my God. Like, even Puss in Boots, when his eyes got real big, like the crying eyes, I was like, holy smokes.
First time I saw, let me tell you one thing. First time I saw Lion King was freshman year of high school with my girlfriend at the time. Very different experience than every other.
You were cheating, Peter. Peter was cheating with that one. Yeah, that's why he did
no,
that.
you want to talk about cheating with an experience.
He's definitely trying to get some hugs.
That was a different kind of experience. No, it was a hell of an experience.
Did you wear it on your head? That's what I would ask.
You know what this?
Oh,
go ahead, Tessa. Sorry.
I'm so sorry, guys, because I was about to say something else about movie, but I just have to say this. I'm telling you guys, on Friday, I'm not joking. I know Peter, you was around the world, but on Friday, I literally was about to like jump out the window because, you know, a lot of Giants says we couldn't call in. And I'm like even trying to dial into YouTube and like, I couldn't even do it, guys. My hands wouldn't even let me do it because it was just like, I'm like, we finally have a moment and we can't even call the radio. I was like, shoot all my toes off. So I'm very happy that everything is fine. But I do want to comment on two things really quickly. Every time Jackson Dart grabbed that ball, I'm going to be honest with you, I was so happy, but I had my fingers over my eyes because I was so scared. Like, is he going to get hurt? So I love his style. I love what he played, but I'm very nervous. Is that going to last? Like,
no.
Are you our next decade?
Tessa, the answer is no. It's not going to last. And Peter will tell you about RG3. Head first, diving for first down. Fans love it. Building's pumped up. But the last two games, we talked about it when you were away, Peter. The last two games, he's in concussion protocol. You're on your way to now missing games and missing time.
He's got to find the balance. He's not a runner in the way. He's not Jaden Daniels. He's got to find his Baker Mayfield. That's where I think Jackson Dart would hope to be as a runner. Now, here, if you're trying to find something in your life, think about Amazon Pickup, all right? It's the ultimate convenience play because Amazon, you already have it, okay? But Amazon Pickup takes the convenience to the next level. If you're pressed for time, you're on the go like you know I am, crazy, 93 jobs, baby at home. I have things delivered to an Amazon locker, right? Amazon lockers and counters are located near you. No matter where your day takes you, the package is ready when you are. So if you're busy running around, work, family, baby, whatever it may be for you, you're on the move, Amazon Pickup, like me, will give you that flexibility to grab what you need between jobs, between things, between errands. All right? Maybe the baby's napping. Run out real quick and grab it. It's simple. Order online and at checkout. Just choose the pickup location that's most convenient. You get an email confirmation when it's ready with instructions to pick it up, quick, secure, and always at no extra cost. Check it out for yourself. Go to Amazon.com/pickupmvp to learn more. That's Amazon.com/pickupmvp. Now, real quick, Don, I know it. I feel like we're going to keep having this Jackson Dart conversation about him as a runner. Isn't it funny how much nuance there is to the running thing? Like, you look around the league and you see the guys who do it and who does it really well and can exceed at it. And with Dart, you see his ability to run, but what he hasn't developed yet is the timing and know-how of when to run. He's reliant on it at this point because you're still seeing those possessions when, frankly, I can tell he drops back. He's not making it through his progressions. He's 1, 2, it's getting too close, I'm out. And over time, you hope, he gets more comfortable. They give him the time, and he picks his spots. Because I just don't see him being able to run all the time.
Right now, he's playing college ball because the system that they have is what he's comfortable with from college.
Yep.
And so his instincts right now are what he did in college, which is literally all that stuff. He was running over people, running into people. Like, that's just who he was. What he's learning and will have to learn is that the NFL, these guys are actually bigger than you, and they're going to hurt you. And your team doesn't want you to get hurt. As they evolve the playbook, I do think that stuff will curb more. And watching film. But he's just got to survive this early part. This is the piss and vinegar part of a rookie quarterback who has legs. He's going to Josh Allen went through the same exact thing. I imagine Dable watches going, yeah, I've seen this before. And we know we got to dial it.
What is Dart? 6'2", 6'3"?
Yeah, he's not as big as Josh Allen's 6'5", like 230,
He can literally run people over.
Yeah. He has stiff-armed, defenders, but he also has tried to jump over people. Remember, he had to learn the hard way. Got to stop doing that. So I think it's just because Dart right now is going full muscle memory in what he's doing because this is what he played in college. He's got to grow out of it.
And because as dominant as you could be in college, every week what you're up against is the biggest, fastest, best of everyone you would see in college. That's every game, every team, no matter who you play. The question is, will he develop into a guy who can sit back there in the pocket in the NFL and be able to sling, which we know it's rarefied air. There just aren't that many guys who can do it.
You know what we need to do when we come back? The Giants are now at a place that if you are Joe Shane, trade deadline's coming, are you finding receivers? Are you thinking to yourself, I got to get my guy a target with neighbors out?
Yep. No neighbors.
Maybe you start investing now instead of waiting for the offseason.
It's an interesting thought. Is there that team who has a piece that's going absolutely nowhere?
You know?
Don't Garrett Wilson?
Well, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying
guys like him, though.
We've already knocked some teams into relegation.
Right.
We should start again. The buzzards start circling. Start picking at the carcass.
But there are guys there. I like Slayton to hold on to the ball. I like Hyatt to get open. But
but I'd like a
but
better
no neighbors
target
the rest of the year, that's for sure. 1-800-919-3776. Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg till 6:30. Then it's Rangers hockey on ESPN New York.
You know so much about who you are. But do you know what makes your body your body? With over 100 lab tests and insights, Function can help you know the truth. Because you know you're made of grit, wit, and a good heart. But just how healthy is that heart? You know you're made up of all the places you've called home. You know you're made of your mom's sarcasm. And now you can find out if you have her thyroid too. You know you're made of college all-nighters and 30s early-nighters. But those still don't explain your sleep issues. You know that you're made up of good meals with even better conversation. But are you actually absorbing those nutrients? A Function membership gives you a comprehensive health check with results tracked over time. Find out what you're made of at functionhealth.com.
There are a lot of reasons why people buy at Ramsey Mazda. It's their selection, it's their customer service, and it's their savings. Lease a new 2025 Mazda CX-5 2.5 S Select for $229 for 36 months. Start shopping now at RamseyMazda.com. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda. Call 833-853-2970 for details. VIN S0595731. MSRP $31,915. Zero security deposit. Ends 10/31/25.
Ballybet Sportsbook. Yo, Ballybet stacked for football season. When it comes to sportsbook apps, it's undefeated. Ballybet. Check out that brand new parlay zone. Here's the kickoff. Build your bets and place them right on your phone. What? Live bets, daily boosts, and promos. Increase your odds so you can win more dough. Touchdown! Ballybet's the play. Make game day more fun and download it today. Must be 21 plus, New York only. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY. Ballybet Sportsbook and Casino. Download it.
Hey, it's Alan Hahn. Let me tell you about my friends at Bath Fitter. They remodeled the bath by my pool. They converted a tub into a shower. The result is amazing. Bath Fitter offers all types of custom bath renovations, including their unique PermaFit solution for a watertight fit. It's done in one day, easy to clean, and durable with no demo or mess, and it costs less than a standard replacement, plus a lifetime guarantee. Right now, you get no money down, no payments or interest until 2027. So start designing your bath today at bathfitter.com. There's only one Bath Fitter.
At City Harvest, we believe no New Yorker has to go hungry. With your help, we're on the road 365 days a year, rescuing over 77 million pounds of nutritious food and delivering it free to millions of New Yorkers, transforming surplus food into sustenance, sustainability, and smiles, rallying thousands of New Yorkers to power a network of nourishment across our city. One day, one meal, and one New Yorker at a time. That's how we feed good. Donate at cityharvest.org.
A SoFi personal loan is here to help you achieve something once thought impossible: overcoming high-interest credit card debt. Walk the tightrope of your finances with one low, fixed-rate monthly payment, no fees required, and as soon as the same-day funding. That's right. Pull off your own debt-defying stunt with a SoFi personal loan. Visit SoFi.com/trick to learn more. Loans originated by SoFi Bank, N.A., member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply. NMLS 696891.
Your fantasy roster is set. The smack talk is heating up, and this season, ESPN Bet is giving you more ways to ride with your squad. Introducing the ESPN Bet Fan Center, where you can instantly link and bet on your fantasy teams right in the ESPN Bet app. An enhanced sports betting experience only from ESPN Bet, the sports book for sports fans. Make the connection today with ESPN Bet Fan Center and the ESPN Fantasy app. ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Download the app today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details.
From the regular season to the Super Bowl, ESPN New York is your destination for football. We've got crazy fans.
If the Giants somehow beat the Cowboys, I'm going to take a dump on your head.
You can feel good because you're a damn football team.
Expert analysis.
Marcus Spears joins us now. ESPN NFL analyst Damian Woody.
Mel Kiper Jr.
The Hall of Famer Steve Young.
He's kind of our resident general manager, Louis Riddick.
We got Mike Tannenbaum right now.
And all your fantasy and wagering needs. This is ESPN New York. We are football.
Don, Hahn, Rosenberg. We'll get back to your conversations in the calls at 800-919-3776.
Where does this song make you want to hang out?
In the bath. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
And I can do that now because we had an ugly bath. And thanks to Bath Fitter, it is beautiful. It is gorgeous. In fact, in this particular bathroom, we ripped the bath out completely. Did you know you could do that? We converted a tub into a shower, and it's made such a huge difference. In fact, my sister Nancy, who is like jealous of everything, like you, she always has to one-up you. She's like, who did this? I said, Bath Fitter. Give me the number. So she called them. They had a Bath Fitter. Yep, Bath Fitter consultant, took her through the process, had a free in-home consultation. She picked out styles, colors, all the specifics, accessories, everything. Updated a bath in her house as well. Bath Fitter does all types of custom bath renovations, including their unique PermaFit solution for a watertight fit. No money down, no payments, no interest for 18 months. That's right, no interest until April of 2027. Now's the time. Get it done at your house. Bath Fitter is a permanent fit solution, the leader in bathroom renovation because it's done one day. That's it. Over. Durable, easy to clean, no demo, lower cost than a full replacement, and a lifetime guarantee. You can trust the Bath Fitter team just like we did. Start designing your bath today at bathfitter.com. There's only one Bath Fitter. Johnny?
Very excited. Tomorrow, I'm going to go to Sirius, and I'm going to record my DJing experience on Ozzy's Boneyard, thanks to Alan Hahn.
Yes.
Oh, there you go.
We got it to happen.
With my 10 songs.
Now, how hard was it for you to pick your 10?
I'm still doing it.
Oh, you haven't done it yet?
No, I've been doing
it. It's very difficult. I started with, I think I had 18. I had to get it down. I had to get 9 in. And for me, get 9 in is like my favorite thing.
Now, did you record it?
But it was hard to do 9.
Did you record it?
Yes.
Now, did they play the songs, or you just recorded the drops and then
you just do the ins and outs.
Because I might want the vibe of hearing the song.
I did 2, but it takes too much time.
Yeah, probably. Yeah,
but when they put it together, like the editing is phenomenal. And the first time I heard it, I was driving up to see Zach, and it just happened to just see. It was a Sunday morning. I'm like, let me just see if it happens to be on. It was on.
Oh.
So I got to hear it start to finish, which was unreal. It's out of body experience. Because Sports Talk Radio, it's fun. Music though,
that's the vibe.
Different.
When I was in college, I had my heavy metal radio show, and I still have all the cassettes. They're in those little briefcases. I don't even know. They probably all disintegrated at this point. It was 30-something years ago. But I don't know if you did this, Peter, when you DJ'd in college. It was almost like I was making my own mixtapes. So I'm playing all these great songs, then I would throw the cassette in when I'm driving around, except I'm narrating basically my own mixtape of the songs that I loved. So maybe that would kind of bring back memories. Hopefully it doesn't air like between 3 and 7. Hopefully I'll be able to tell them to put it on.
It's going to air several times.
I would think so. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to that. I'll get you the schedule and what airs, but I'm going to be doing the work tomorrow.
Love it.
Looking forward to that. 1-800-919-3776. Let's get back to the busy phones. Let's talk to Danny in Centerport. You're on ESPN New York.
Hey, guys. Thanks for taking the call. I'm going to try to stay calm, Alan, because a lot of times I get really worked up, and I would love to just have a football conversation with you guys. But all sincerity aside here, I'm being really sincere here. I am an organ donor and a type O, and before I hang up, if somebody in the station, if you could keep me on, give me that information again, because there's nothing more in my life I would love to do is something to help out. I actually hit golf balls with Nick Mangold for about an hour on a range in Tampa, and he is the nicest guy in the world. He plays golf with no golf shoes. He is the sweetest guy you could ever want to meet. I'm being sincere. I could get choked up saying it right now. I would, if I can get home and talk to my wife and she would approve that, this is something in my heart that I would sincerely consider. I lost a really close family member to an organ issue, and I became an organ donor immediately after I went through that. So I'm all on board. So if somebody could give me that information before we hang up, I would really appreciate
Well, Danny,
it.
what I'm going to do is when your call's over, so I'll let you make your point about Aaron Glenn. We're going to put you on hold, and Anthony will give you that information, okay?
I appreciate that, Don. So listen, man, we knew what we were getting into, right, guys, when we took on Aaron Glenn. All right, we knew the risk it took. We knew what we were getting involved with a first-year head coach. He's going to learn. He's going to take his lumps, right? I'm not being delusional here, okay? there's no way I'm going to start pressing the issue that he needs to be replaced and the offensive coordinator is a mess. Let's be honest here, guys, and serious. Let's have a conversation. I'm not looking through rose-colored glasses here. By all rights, right? Week 1, you could have snuck out a win. You got beat. They blew an egg against Buffalo, of course, but they were in a lot of these games. They got a break in Tampa, but they were still in the game and had a chance to make a stop to win the game, and they couldn't do it. They lost on a last-second field goal to Miami. Dallas was atrocious. This week they played hard and did not give up. So to hang this guy out to dry is insane. He's got them. Listen, I'm not giving him a pass. The penalties are a joke. He doesn't fumble the ball, though. It's his players that are fumbling. Is he not 100% right yet? No, he's not. But to start talking about getting rid of him and he needs to be evaluated, come on, man. He's a first-year coach. He's had them in games. Right, guys?
He's got to be evaluated. Danny, I think he can be evaluated, and you can criticize him. That's the only way he's going to learn. But they gave him a 5-year contract, Danny. You don't have to worry about it. They did not give him a 5-year contract, and now Woody Johnson, as rich as he is going to sit there and eat the last 4 years of the contract and then bring somebody else in and pay them similar money, if not more money. No, it's not. He's at least going to get a couple of years here. I'm not saying it's going to work.
I won't say at least 2 full years.
Well,
if this year's bad, we don't see the signs of improvement, they start next year bad, he's gone.
Well, the reason I would bet on 2 full years is I don't know if he'll fire another coach in the middle of the season again, because that just creates a ton of dysfunction.
I maintain that if they don't show improvement this year, if they go 1-16 and show nothing, I'm telling you, there's a chance it will end.
Well, if you go 0-5 to start the next season,
no, but you don't think if the right person were to become available in this offseason? Now it seems like Mike Tomlin's off the table, right? Like that was a cute thing we were talking about. That's out.
Why would he come here?
Yeah,
of all the jobs he could have, this one?
Because to win in New York, it's a dream.
Stop it.
You don't have to pay for a meal.
Coming off, you'll have the first overall pick, but it doesn't look like it's going to be any kind of slam dunk as far as the quarterbacks coming out are concerned.
No.
I think, and I don't think it'll be 1-16. I know it's 0-6 now. You've been in too many games, Alan. To all of a sudden think they're just going to. This is going to be the way it's going to go the rest of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah, mark my words. They will have one significant win this year.
Yeah, he's gonna. I'm not all doomsday. I'm more doomsday at the very top of the organization. I'm not doomsday about everything, but I feel like Mel's got his big board out. We see the quarterbacks there. You start. You're going to start paying attention now to quarterbacks, as this is the rite of passage for every Jets fan every year. It seems. This is what we do. Once we get to about Halloween, we become big-time college football.
Yeah, now we love college football,
right? Consumers. Sure. But can I drag us though back to the real quick here?
Please.
To the Giants and wide receiver search conversation.
Yes, please.
Like, do we feel there should be some urgency on Joe Schoen about what they do before the deadline, and should they consider if there's a wide receiver to get?
I got to see who it is. But why wouldn't you? Well, wouldn't you want to give your quarterback the best chance to succeed? Now, I don't know what it'll cost. I'm not, giving up a lot of draft capital for it, but if there's a receiver that shakes loose.
Shefty feels there's going to be a very busy trade deadline.
Okay, and why not? Because we talked about how wide open it is.
Right, of course.
I mean, look, the names I'm giving you're not going to fall in love with.
Give me something sexy.
Tyler Lockett. Not bad.
Not bad at all.
I don't have movement.
Pete Carroll loved him, right?
Yeah, well, it was a little while ago, but he's a solid player.
Yeah, but again,
maybe
you're looking for a playmaker.
You want, though.
Tennessee's going nowhere, right? Brandon Cooks. That was once Jacoby Myers, right? Like that's what you're getting here, and of course the Jets would love for somebody to take Alan Lazard, but. I fear the Giants. I don't know.
I know a perfect destination for Alan Lazard.
We do, don't we?
I think I know a place. The old 4-1-2, buddy. Send him right over to Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
we know exactly where he can go. By the way, no disrespect, he's been fine, but that's why he came to this team.
But that's the best you can do here. Tight ends, which
they've not had.
Yeah, but I think we know he loves Johnson, right? That's that they have that connection, and the other one's He's not terrible either.
They've been good. But Bellinger's been good.
Bellinger,
Bellinger. But again, I
say Behringer.
I agree with you. Tom Behringer. Very
Tom
good.
Behringer, excellent. Right. So, but I mean, think of some of these types. Like Njoku would be a very interesting pickup for them, right?
That would be. But again, that's gonna.
But you got. It's like either can you get a tight end? Can you get I don't know if you need a running back help as much, but if you could find either a tight end or a wide receiver that can just upgrade you a little bit and give the kid at least another target, that tells your team, hey, you know what? We're all in. We're trying to win now. We're trying to do something here. We believe in this kid. We believe in what this team can be.
Mm-hmm.
Agree or disagree?
Yeah, I agree. No,
I just feel like
you want to help as much as possible.
Got to make him. All right, so that's all I wanted to say.
ENN next on Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
Listen up, New York. It's football season, and you should be out there enjoying every play, every tailgate, every moment. But if you're dealing with neck pain, back pain, joint pain, or sciatica, even getting off the couch can feel like a challenge. That's where Dr. Jay Shaw at Sandwell Pain comes in. He's one of New Jersey's top pain specialists, Ivy League trained, double board certified, and dedicated to getting you back in the game. Here's the difference. No surgery, no scars, no long recovery, no pain medication. Just precise, non-surgical, image-guided procedures that get real results. Dr. Shaw treats everything from neck pain, back pain, migraines, nerve pain, and chronic joint pain. And he builds a custom game plan that's right for you. Same-day or next-day appointments are available with offices in Woodbridge, Livingston, and Inglewood. And yes, most major insurances are accepted. So don't let pain keep you on the sidelines this season. Go to SandwellPain.com to call, text, or book online. Relief is closer than you think, and it starts today.
And now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Thanks a million, guys. I hope you have an amazing rest of the night. Rangers home at MSG. Puck drops at 7 o'clock. If you're going to drive into Midtown, definitely want to stick with the west side over the east side of town. Jammed on the BQE westbound, heading into Brooklyn. A broken down car in the right lane right after the Kosciuszko Bridge. Hitting the brakes there from Queens Boulevard. Eastbound side, another stall over by Flushing Avenue. Delays go back onto the inbound Gowanus. Much better on the Whitestone Expressway southbound in Queens. Crash by Northern Boulevard moved out of the way. Looking pretty good if you're heading over to the outbound George on the Henry Hudson and southbound Deegan. Cross Bronx westbound packed from the Bronx River Parkway on through. Inbound George about 10 to 15 for the upper deck. Outbound Lincoln already about 10 to 15 minutes. Outbound Hahn 15 to 20. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
At AT&T, we guarantee our network so you can talk college football with your BFF while taking Buster to the vet.
Hey, yeah, I can't believe he ate the whole thing of chicken wings.
And I can't believe we're staging a comeback. Touchdown! Yes! Yes!
Staying connected matters. That's why in the rare event of a network outage, you'll automatically get a bill credit for a full day's service. For wireless downtime lasting 60 minutes or more caused by a single incident impacting 10 or more towers, must be connected to impacted tower at onset of outage. Restrictions and exclusions apply. See att.com/guarantee for full details.
Hey, it's Reese Davis. Let's be honest, you can't keep an eye on everything. Unless you've got Blink Outdoor 4 cameras. While you're focused on the game, Blink's keeping an eye on your home.
With up to 2-year battery life and with Sync Module XR, you can cover more space without constant maintenance. No wires, no worries. Blink helps keep an eye on what matters most. Get Blink today at the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Hey, this is Jalen Brunson. And this is your home for New York Knicks basketball. This is 880 ESPN.
WHSQ and WCBS FM HD2, New York. This is an ENN special report. Now reporting.
The very handsome Jewish man, Peter Rosenberg.
We should talk some sports.
Do what you want. It's ENN.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to ENN. Ray Rowe.
You ever watch YouTube?
That's right. I got to tell you guys, by the way, I don't know. Anthony, if I complain, Anthony's the thing I'm talking about him, and I'm not. Anthony does everything there is to be done. But I'm looking at the YouTube right now. It's crazy. So, Alan, you're lit up, but you're slightly blown out, right?
Blown out.
You're like the light's a little too much light on you.
Well,
right?
we just have regular.
Don is the only one perfectly lit. Like that seat is perfectly lit. And then looks like I'm doing a separate broadcast where I'm like gray and dark altogether.
Again, The walls are gray. These are LED, just basic ceiling lights. There's no studio lighting in here. So we have to remedy this situation at some point.
Anthony, watch this. For example, the people watching on YouTube, you can appreciate this. If you can do this, Anthony, show Don for a second. So you'll see that Don looks beautiful. Don, take a look right at your camera.
Oh, yeah, there's a little.
Look at Don. Look at him right there, perfectly in all his glory. Right now, if you were to cut over to Mr. Hahn, take a look at your camera. So you see, there he's lit. He's not as good as Don, but decent. And then you cut to me.
Wish I was lit.
I'm the crypt keeper. I'm full on. I look like E.T. I have the color of E.T.
Oh, when he's on the stream, they think he's dead.
Yeah, when they find him on the street, no color.
All ashen.
Yeah, that is what I look like.
That's a tough one.
With the movie?
Yeah.
I mean, that's got all the feels too. It does.
I just watched it for the first time since my childhood.
Yeah, me too.
I didn't love it. Nothing happens. Like the relationship like develops between Elliot and E.T. and they like find this closeness, but like I don't know, nothing really happens in the movie. It's like kind of boring. You didn't think so?
Yeah.
Like there's not a lot of talking. It's an interesting movie because they don't like have a lot of dialogue. They're just kind of showing E.T. at home. And
kids liked it. We showed it to the kids.
They couldn't have got it, right?
Well, not just that there's an alien.
Right. You're not like understanding that Elliot's controlling the alien, like that they're connected. They can't get that part, right? That's
they
a
didn't
bit
get
much.
that.
Okay. All right, guys. Welcome to ENN. Let me start off by saying good evening to Don.
Why are you trying to European it?
And to Don.
Come on, wave the flag.
And to myself. If you want to see a on someone's head.
What?
Excuse me? Yeah.
That was said.
Yeah, that was.
I don't think it's actually a bleep.
No, it's awful.
Not technically.
It's awful what you did. It's disrespecting the show.
It's weird
the
though
station,
because
I didn't mean it though. I don't.
What's weird is though is you can do that to a punt, and nobody thinks otherwise.
A muff punt?
Yeah,
completely legal.
Kevin Harlan says it all the time.
Yeah, what I said was legal. There's no way.
It's legal.
How you said it.
It was yeah.
The suggestion.
What about this?
I'm watching him play, and I'm like, the guy's going to be 41.
Flicking it.
I don't need to get into his personal life. We're just saying he plays football.
But what you did was much worse.
Let me say good evening to Alan.
Well,
it's so good.
Effort.
He's efforting.
That's my effort. Well, that's what I give you every day.
I would like one day a bracket, a region of drops that are the most low key. You know what I mean?
Right.
Well,
think about how like just perfectly low key that is.
I love it.
Right.
Think about that.
Cookie.
No, that's not it. Don, my contribution to that, of course.
God bless.
Yeah. Of course.
I get it. That's not it.
No, it's the God. I can't remember what the hell my God bless is. It's tough. All right, guys. We have limited time. We're out of here at
because we have a must hit because we got to get to
17 minutes from now.
Is it Grassa tonight?
Well,
God bless.
We don't know.
The lack of movement tells me that I'm sure.
God bless.
Oh, we got a thumbs up. It's Grassa.
All right, we have you know what I mean?
Well,
speaking of Allen, he called the Knicks' loss against the Wiz last night.
Yeah, because nobody beats the Wiz.
That was a granddad joke.
That was a pull.
That was beyond a dad joke. That's granddad.
Good for you. That's it.
Here's Mike Brown on the loss to the Wiz Kids.
Our starters did not bring the energy. This is probably a worse basketball game overall, and we did it in spurts. We weren't very good to start the game. We weren't very good to start the third quarter. I thought that the guys coming off the bench, they did a great job. Tyler gave us great minutes. I thought Karrison, Trey, even Kevin, Alex, Mo, I can go down. Tosan was really good for us out on the floor. And
tell you what, I have good news about one thing when it comes to Mike Brown. He's not Sleepy Tom Bobos.
No. He gave a thoughtful answer to something that didn't really even deserve.
No, listen, no one cares. I could have played the music, but
he can go though. He can go.
Oh, he can go.
Oh,
really?
He can go. Yeah, it's great. He's a great interview.
He'll
whatever you want.
He'll keep going.
Yeah, that's the best part. He can fill.
He said it was a good game to learn from.
Great film to learn from because we made a lot of mistakes that have been uncharacteristic of who we are so far. Even in practice, we've played a lot better than this in terms of understanding what we're trying to do offensively and defensively. But great learning experience. We'll all grow from it and hopefully take a step forward instead of just thinking we took a step backwards because we didn't play well tonight.
Yeah, we're going to hear a lot of that.
You can tell, though, that even just the fact that he didn't play any of his starters.
Yeah.
And he just played what's going to be the bench unit and then third-string guys, and a lot of them were just trying to, catch the eye of a scout. It still pissed him off how they played. It still bothered him.
That's good.
He was annoyed. You heard him. He was annoyed at the end of that game. You would think, just go oh, whatever. Right, who cares? Preseason game, I didn't really play anybody, so what? But he did not like the fact. They were down 35 at one point.
I got Amazon. Am I a bad person?
No.
That might be a drop in and of itself. You don't even know what I'm about to say. But he really thought about it. I just looked up at the screen, and I saw it. They'll go back to the split in a second. They saw it's Kornheiser.
Yeah.
Split screen with Isola.
Right.
You want to talk about a 16 versus a 1 in terms of looks.
Oh, yeah.
It's not even fair. Let me tell you what. It's a Glenn Robinson Purdue team up against Southwest Lafayette Tech. I'm telling you, in this game, in this matchup, Isola's favored by 35.5 points. It's not good. It's not fair. It's not right.
This one's on True TV.
This one.
Yeah.
By the way, he's not even a 16. He's a misleading. He's a play-in 11. You know what I mean?
Well,
look at this matchup. Hold on. Look at this matchup. Frank Isola, boom, Duke, minus 39.5 points up against poor Tony.
Never mind. You're probably laying the points.
Oh, and you're laying the points.
I guess
Are you crazy?
The old-timey equivalent is that they would always have that one game scheduled at 5:30 that most of the country didn't pick up because the news was on. But they had to put it somewhere.
That's Tony against Frank.
Middle Tennessee State versus UCLA.
By the way, and Tony's getting up there now. He's in his 70s.
Easily.
Right?
I don't think I don't think you mean it critically. It's just that it's
It is what it is.
It's more of a compliment to Frank.
In a few years, the screen will just be Tony's ears against Frank Isola. So you'll only see ear when you look at the screen.
We all age, Peter.
Yeah, it's going to happen to you, you know.
You know what? It's true. But some would say it already is. I have mixed feelings on Kornheiser. He grew up in, growing up in D.C.
I know, yeah.
And being in the sports scene a little bit, as an aspiring media person, you'd see him around.
Mm-hmm.
He's not exactly a big bag of joy all the time when you see him and Wilbon in real life could not be more juxtaposed. You see Michael Wilbon, you come up and you're like, hey, I'm a kid and I want to be a journalist.
Great guy.
Wilbon's like,
yep.
What do you want to do, buddy?
Very warm.
Let me talk to you.
He's awesome.
Tony Kornheiser's like, hey, man, wish you the best, but I'm all set. I wish you the best.
I'm busy.
He's 77.
Yeah. You know what? I got to tell you, actually, looks pretty good for 7.
You know what?
Listen, he's still a 39-point dog to Isola, but it's not a terrible 77. I've seen worse.
But what you're saying is, but he got to the tournament. That's pretty good.
No, you got to advance. You get to, but then you show up and you go, who do we got? And they go, Isola. And you go, well,
no,
stuff
right.
there.
Hey, we're getting T-shirts.
It's getting late early. Hey, last night is this call that we have, Don, from which Devils game is this? Is the call I played earlier from last night?
No,
that was
from 2 games.
The first
ago.
win.
The first win.
Yeah.
If you have not heard yet, the signature Don LaGreca call that has been coined and may live forever. This is the first one from a couple of nights ago, but take a listen to this beauty.
5 seconds to go. Centering pass off a skate. Put a pitchfork and it's one. Devils hold on for a 5-3 win. Their first victory of the season.
So
you hit it again last night?
Yes.
How'd it feel?
Good. It was even different circumstances in the sense that that was 5-3, so I know I'm going to do it. But at 2-1, it was a 3-2 because Devils had a 3-1 lead, and then
empty netter, right?
The empty netter from Mercer, and then
they score after the empty netter.
They score after the empty netter with 45 seconds to go, so it's nervous time. So they're in the zone, they're buzzing a bit, but I figured, you know what? I did it the first time. I'm going to do it for the wins. Fans seem to like it. Some people think it's corny. Hey, listen, you can't bat 1,000.
You know what happens? The more you do it, the less corny it becomes. The more it just becomes your thing, the thing that people will be yelling when it's over.
Now, would you do it late in the game, 2-2, 25 seconds left? They score. go-ahead goal with 20 ticks left. Could you call it, or
No.
you have to
No.
wait for the final? Hold on, let Don answer.
Come on.
You're waiting for the final whistle, or like in that moment, are you going to call it? Because it is 99% chance it's over. Alan's making a face. Don't ignore his judgment. This is your.
I'm not even looking, but I'm sure he would agree that the put a pitchfork in it is when the clock zeroes out.
It has to be zeros.
It has to be.
The other thing
or sudden death, of course,
is right.
Or an empty netter,
an overtime goal.
But what about an empty netter to blow it open, but there's still time left?
Well, because if I had done that 3-1 when they did with a minute to go, if it's an empty netter, maybe with a handful of seconds left.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
How about a goal with 2 minutes to go makes it 6-0?
Or even no. How about this? It's 3-1.
Then
they pull the goalie. They pull the goalie.
You can put a pitchfork in this one.
It's 3-1. They pull the goalie, and after they pull the goalie, it's another.
I don't think
4-1.
it's any harm of just waiting until the clock zeroes out, and that's my.
What if the moment feels so big?
Because the other thing that I've known to do, I don't do it all the time. I did it last night, and it could have come back to haunt me. That's why I got to be careful. The goal that made it 3-1, I said the dagger. Now, if they had come back to tie it,
no, that's fair.
Then I risked the dagger. So I'll throw a dagger out when it's still maybe a little iffy. But no, the pitchfork is good. It's like how he's put in the books. Game's over.
It's got to be official.
You're not putting a pitchfork into something when there's still time left on the clock.
Do you think at any point you'll say biscuit in the basket? Would you consider it?
No,
not a biscuit in the basket.
No, it doesn't seem like it's me.
That's not him.
It's not a biscuit.
Now you
want to know
the ultimate dagger man was Steve Buckhands, the Wizards commentator. I don't know if there's a compilation on YouTube. My guess is he was such a dagger guy to the point where it would be so overdone. You get multiple daggers a game. Daggers have to be special.
No, the dagger has to be, this is the finishing move, right?
Yeah.
If you're throwing more daggers, then I guess the first one didn't work.
He used dagger just to mean like backbreaker.
Right. You break the back, it's over.
It should be over,
I'll break your back and make you humble.
That was your.
I did.
Sheik?
I was quoting Sheik. I wasn't trying to be Sheik. How can anybody be Sheik?
Excellent question, Mr. Dan Maloney.
What was the guy's actual name?
That was the interviewer.
Who was it?
Mr. Dan Maloney.
Dan Maloney?
He was just the guy. Well, I heard he passed away recently. Sadly, Dan Maloney was the interviewer on that cable access show that led to the Sheik losing his mind and then becoming one of the first. The Sheik was really essentially one of the internet's first viral characters. It's early 2000s. Iron Sheik went crazy, said really horrible things.
Excellent question.
Including make him humble, which we didn't know what that meant back then. I never heard that
I quoted it accurately. I may not have sounded like him.
Yeah, it's I suplex him. I break his back, then make him humble.
Oh,
Old country way.
We don't have that?
I don't know if I have. Do I have a make him humble or break it? See if I have a break his back, make him humble in there. Old country way, which I didn't know that was the old country way. I don't know if it depends where you're from.
See, we needed, if the Iron Sheik was still with us and called NFL games, those would be great drops for
you kidding
the
me?
NFL announcer line.
Old country way, make him humble.
There you go. Make him humble.
But there wasn't a break your back and make you humble.
Well, it wasn't all together like that. You're putting them all together.
It's kind of like
he goes, I suplex him, I break his back, and then he does something else, which is making them humble. You can't say
it's
the middle
weird.
one.
Like you remember, Top of the World, Ma.
Yeah,
it's actually Ma, Top of the World.
What's that called again?
Isn't it Made It Ma, Top of the World?
Yeah, it's so.
What's that called? There's a phrase for when you remember things the wrong way, but everyone collectively remembers it the wrong way.
Oh yeah, that's a good look. Jacob's almost got it. So let's look away from him. Look away.
Right. Oh, I'm looking at our chat. Maybe someone in the chat will
The
tell
other
us.
one was the Cary Grant Joe Day.
Mandela effect.
Okay.
Mandela effect. Thank you.
Good job. So the Judy never said it. Never happened. Completely made up.
You know what? We haven't gotten a lot of time, and I think
I don't think. Well, listen. It's the fifth game of the season, right? They could do a 15-minute pre. No.
Yeah, we'll cut.
I know. I would have appreciated it.
Yeah, you would have liked it.
You think Dan's gonna throw something? He'd be like, "Okay, send me a text when they're done." You can't disrespect.
We didn't get much. We didn't get much time on Diane Keaton.
I know. Let's take this time.
And I think ENN's the right time to do it because she is We've talked about a lot of people passing away on this show, sometimes before they've even passed away. But
That's true.
You talk about iconic. She's way up there, man.
Well, it doesn't
She's
get any
way
bigger
up
than The
there.
Godfather, right?
Not really. Nope. And guess
But
what?
then
She did all of them.
But then you talk about Annie Hall.
That's a big one.
And then you're talking about, Father of the Bride.
Oh, it's a big one. First Wives Club's tremendous, by the way.
And
You haven't seen
she still looked fabulous.
Yep, all the way up. All the way. She always seemed like
And
herself.
she went gray, and it didn't affect her in a negative way at all.
She
was terrific.
There was just something about it that was so special, man. And I was like, we always hear about these actors we don't know who pass away. Man, that one hit me. Oh, recently I watched Baby Boom.
Okay.
I hadn't seen that. That was a movie from 1987 where she plays like an 80s lady who's like getting a job and becoming a big time business person, but gets stuck with someone else's baby. Manhattan, the Woody Allen vehicle, is fantastic. She was just so cool, man. Rest in peace to Diane Keaton. And way more than all those. Radio Days as well.
That's an underrated movie. I like that movie.
Radio Days? Oh, so good. So good. I think she did 8 Woody Allen movies. And by the way, stuck with him. She was not someone who folded under the must abandon Woody Allen. She was like, he's my friend, I believe him. That's that. A ride or die, if you will.
All country way make him humble.
Now, Alan, real quick, we spent about 10 minutes ago talking about the Knicks and the Wiz. Did you see anything last night worth note? Like, is there any sort of takeaway, or is it literally like the guys? Is it practically just working out?
It was cardio.
Is it just a good gym session? Was anyone wearing headphones during the game?
Huh?
Wearing their headphones during the game? Listen to a podcast?
Right.
You know what I mean? Because basically just a glorified workout.
Yeah.
It's like they're on the treadmill.
They're doing cardio.
It's guys that were basically just trying to make a case for anybody watching. Like, that's really what it was. But
what kind of crowd you get for that?
It's the Garden. It's full.
I know. It's amazing.
It's insane.
It's
You're
amazing.
kidding. I'm not joking. It's insane.
I went to the Ranger
start
Devil.
the game. I just looked around like, are you really? Like, it's just people want to see this thing.
I went
that is crazy.
I went to the Rangers Devils preseason game on the same night Yankees Red Sox game 3. And it was packed.
Yeah.
That is an insane. I got to tell you right now, the only situation in which I'm going to that game is if Alan said, "Hey, Peter, I'm here at the Garden." They said someone left 2 literally front row seats.
Yeah,
you can sit in the center. Spike Lee's seats are available. Do you want them? I'd say, sure, I'll do that. Well, any other seat, I'm not going to a preseason game.
Would like JB Smoove was there, just sitting courts. I'm like, what are you doing? Like I said hello, and he just like I kind of laughed. I'm like, you just hanging out? He's like, I want to watch my Knicks. I was like,
well, if you're a Knicks fan,
and by the way, you're getting a delicious meal.
Like the Knicks are watching the Knicks. Like nobody's playing.
Also, we'd be remiss, Don.
But well, the point I was trying to make was celebrity was sitting celebrity row, which you would think in a game like this.
Anyone else or just JB? They have anyone else?
It was some former Knicks were there, but I mean, as far as like,
you've intimidated him. He knows exactly the former Knicks that were there.
Well, Steve Novak and John Wallace. Does that matter?
Name dropping Steve Novak.
Is Novak doing some radio or TV? He's working, ain't he?
We'll see.
Maybe.
I thought I had read something about that.
We'll see.
Well, what are you going to see? The season's about to start.
Who knows?
Well, just making up his mind.
I can't confirm nor deny.
People like the Knicks. People like the Garden. And you know what?
I know, but it's crazy. It just goes to show you what that building is like, man. It's
and what it's going to be like. Like, you think about it.
Oh, this year's going to be.
Yeah.
When's the opener?
Wednesday.
Next Wednesday already?
Correct.
That's when we're doing our thing?
Wait a minute. Next Wednesday.
Correct.
Okay. Well, not tomorrow.
Well, obviously.
Do we publicly announce our
There's
event
one more preseason game to go.
I
Friday
know.
night.
I don't know the schedule as well as you do. I just want to make sure.
It's funny how I watch all of Don's games. Don, no idea when I have a game. Not a clue.
Well, hold on.
Check. I have no. We're just keeping score here. That's all.
Why would you keep score?
Well, because.
But first of all,
in.
First of all, First of all, it's a couple things. Number one, this isn't your first year doing Knicks games.
Okay.
Number two, you like hockey as much as Don likes basketball. You like hockey more than he likes basketball.
Correct.
It's your number 2 sport. Basketball is Don's number 4. He loves it, but it's his 4th sport.
Okay.
So I got some legit argument. Now, next Wednesday, we're going to be at Stout doing
Can't
a live
have like
program.
faux outrage without you
I'm
having
sorry
to break
ruin
it down?
I'll save it. I want to wait for the ones that have a
Honestly,
chance. This one didn't have a chance.
Faux outrage.
No, I got to wait.
Instead of just letting it go or adding or piling on, you got to break it down to a fine powder.
Sorry. I'll
You
say
can
it.
analyze it.
He was kind of
He was not
playing the victim a little bit.
Kind of anything.
No, he does play the victim. Alan plays the victim.
It's faux outrage. See, this is what I can't do anything without it becoming, oh, you're just sensitive.
I think
sensitive.
I know, but
trying to be funny.
I think you play it well because
it's real.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I was going to wait for a real one.
Yeah.
I didn't want to do faux because if I wait a week, I'll get a real one.
Right.
You'll really be sensitive.
Honestly, I say this with full sincerity.
Oh, no.
I don't give a damn. I
you know
honestly
what?
You want me to
don't.
say.
That's how you know he's part. Now he's actually being
Honestly,
sensitive.
don't.
I am all
less.
over the next preseason game.
No, I don't want you watching.
He doesn't watch anymore. Now, by the way, whether it's preseason, we are going to be there next Wednesday for the start of the season at Stout. So come hang out with us before game 1. Then Alan has to speed to the Garden. Don has to speed to the Rock. But we're right.
Yeah.
But you're all by yourself.
And I'll be all by myself hanging out with the people. We'll see you tomorrow at 3 p.m. That'll do it for ENN. Score or win this game day with Amazon.